Welcome back to Metroball Grid. My name is Andre, and the audio is almost perfect. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you're doing well. My name is Andre. This is Metroball Grid. It's a Thursday night. I believe it's the 24th of March. I'm going to check with such confidence. Nailed it every time, every time. How's everyone doing? What's the banger tune at the intro? If you're talking about the one that just happened, that's called Time Stood Still by Mark Robillard. If you want to know the ones before that, I think it's I Don't Get the Lesson by La Linnea. La Linnea. I'm assuming I'm hitting like the back button on VLC, but I'm not sure if it like remembers the order of what was played. And before that, Turn Up by Stoked. That should be it. How's it going, Scrub? Excellent. Hey, how you doing? And yeah, I agree. How you feeling better after your wisdom teeth? How's that going? Hopefully you're feeling a bit better. Sword Bear, Preemptive Hello. Pogless is the world's best mom deck. Are we Riot? Smork. I don't think we're gonna do it just because they didn't get any cards from the booster set, which is kind of a limitation around here. But we got some Shaper to start. We're going to play some Gonna play some Blue, sling some guns, some trash cans. It'll be fun. Schmender, what's up? Hey, how's it going? How you doing? I've been out most of the day, and I just got in like maybe an hour and a half ago. And so Nanako the cat is like trying to really play with me right now. And then I'm trying to say like, I got to set this up. I can't do it exactly. You know, we have a schedule here. And so she bit me in the leg. I still think we're going to be friends, but she had to be coaxed out of the environment. Sunny got deep dive for 5 influence? You really think so? I don't know if you can do a 5 influence card in Sunny. That'd be pretty hard. Giles, how's it going? Yo, Jazz, did you leave a comment? Is this you? Huh? You think this is a game? Hopefully we can get a deck of the week for some Andre Shaper hilarity. You think it's a game out here? You think I enjoy playing Shaper? You think I need to make an ass of myself for your enjoyment on the internet? Huh? Been enjoying your temp unemployment. I have. I really have. Maddie has this week off too, so we've been like hanging out a bit more. We went to IKEA yesterday twice because we had the idea. Oh my god, we've talked about too many bones, right? And I've got too much of it. I've got too many bones. And so it's just been a pile like really tall on top of this like old cabinet, like this 2-door kind of. I don't know what the credenza is. I feel like that's correct, but it's not, probably. It's just been this large pile, and it's getting taller and taller, and we're like, we need to put this somewhere. You know how the calyx is full. So we decided like we should replace this with something more functional, like a narrow cupboard, because it's in a hallway, and like it's a narrow hallway, so it can't be too big. And so we were like, okay, we're going to go to IKEA. We'll figure out something that works. And then we did. Well, the thing that was ideal was out of stock, but we found the thing that my sister and her fiance have. So we're like, we'll pick that up. Then we brought it in, and then I was building it and realized it is not the same thing. It's a similar thing, but it's much bigger. So we had to return it. We were already like stuck in traffic on the way back. So then we got our car back this week, mind you. So we went to a different IKEA, which is just about as far. And so we returned it. The process was flawless. Then we bought another thing, and it was a whole day. It was like from 3 to 11. Strong dad energy from the story. I really like IKEA. I really do like IKEA. I always have from such a young age. The house that that I mostly grew up in was actually, the person who lived there before was somebody who was employed to design a lot of the IKEA showrooms, specifically the office showrooms. And they were like a nice Swedish family that actually immigrated from Sweden. And I don't think it was exactly since then, but like we moved in, there was a lot of IKEA furniture already. And back then IKEA furniture, I think, was a bit more luxe. Like it was a bit more expensive, but I think slightly better quality too. Yeah, no, so I don't know. IKEA and me, I go back. I grew up in that ball pit, let me tell you. Today is the first day my mouth has felt close to normal. I've got another week or so of salt rinses and chewing carefully, but I think I might be over it. Oh, that's good to hear. Salt rinses are good. I do salt rinses every once in a while if I think I'm getting a sore throat, and just in general. Did you get a new Calyx? Hey, Frisbee. No, I didn't. We still have, okay, well, technically. So there's a couple things that are going to happen. Firstly, we have a 4x4 full, beyond full. Then there's like a 1x4 just to this side of the screen. That is mostly full. Like the top is board games. The bottom is like Arkham binders and then Flesh and Blood binders. Then there's a 2x2 just to the other side of the desk. The top of it is books and a speaker. And then one of the things is all board games. I have Komet, Summoner Wars, My City, and The Initiative unopened. And then underneath that, it's knitting stuff. Now, this is the next step. This is an old television from my childhood. That was, no one really uses it. We use this as a fireplace. And on top of it, behind it are 2 amplifiers for instruments I don't play. One of them is my brother. I should give back at some point. And then this really old piano that apparently it's almost falling off, I realize. That was a gift somebody moved and left college and gave to me, and I barely play it too. And we want to replace that with like a nice drawer thing to get more storage, because it's a problem. We got problems out here. It's not a big apartment, and yet board games. What are we doing? Are you between jobs right now? Perfect time for Netrunner. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I left my previous job like I think about 4 weeks ago now. So I'm kind of taking some time off. Gonna be working on some skills and then gonna throw myself back into the market. Andre Shaper's always a learning experience. Giles, I love watching you play Shaper, not because you're bad at it, which you are, thank you, but you're just so hard on yourself. It's important that we're hard on ourselves publicly. It's important to learn from our mistakes, is all I'm saying. We just got an Ivar setup for our TMB size game boxes. Frisbee, you did it too. Wait, did you get? Okay, hold on, because we're into some shit here. Okay, hold on. I need to show you this. Maybe I'm the most excited about this. Verla Cross Clues is a great recommendation. We dig it. I'm so stoked you're into the Cross Clues. It really is quite good. Okay, so we exactly got the Ivar cabinet, but okay, so the Ivar is like this old wooden system for bookshelves. This is actually the bookshelves that I had in the house growing up, or these like wooden ones. We have all the library when I grew up was there, but we got this thing. You can't see it. Hold on. We got this just yesterday and we just built it. These cabinets, when you open them, the inside space dimensions is 30 centimeters, which if you haven't noticed, the Kallax cube is exactly 30 centimeters and most conventional board game boxes are about 29 and a half. So this top shelf here that has these like, whatever, I think that's a vase. I'm not actually sure what that is, exactly fits a Too Many Bones box. And like that's just the most satisfying amount of extra, just like, oh, like somebody built it just for this. So the entire top shelf is all Too Many Bones. It is perfect. And now the bottom is like half of Maddie's knitting and then some other board games. I just picked up Anarch. Ah, yes, calculating board games by volume. Cat is such a big deal. It's like, I'm not gonna buy a shelf that doesn't fit board games. What are we doing? That door keeps out dust. Yeah, there's a black and a green one too that has like a grate, so you'll get dusty in there. Thanos, how's it going? But yeah, we want to kind of ignore that. Returning an IKEA piece after partially assembling it's hellacious. I had no issues with it. I was surprised. Like there was nobody there. We were the only returns. I didn't get too far into building it. Like I didn't screw anything in. I just had to pull it apart and like unbend a piece. But it was like the lady showed her the receipt. She didn't even go through all the pieces. She's like, here you go. Singer, how's it going? You can play deep dive Shaper like Crim with almost no Shaper BS. I got faith. Well, yeah, there's deep dive in it, isn't there? What kind of TV? This one's really old. I reckon it was actually quite expensive when it came out, which was like very long time ago. It was like one of the first TVs I knew that had an HDMI cable in it. So like it's pretty old. It's 1080. So, and heavy as sin. Gwen, how's it going? Sean says nerding out about storage when nerds are wait. Yo, seriously though, this has been, our hallway's much nicer and we got a nice lamp to put on top of it. I'm into it. I'm really into it. I just mean it as an experience. I'm glad they took it back. Oh yeah, it was like really not a bad experience. It was a bit embarrassing, I suppose, but only for like a second. I'm really looking forward to having all the large board game boxes off the floor. Yeah, I know that stuff drives me wild. Like I like having it abstractly. There's like two voices in my head. One wants minimalism. One wants, oh, another board game ain't too bad. I got problems. Do you read in your free time at all? Restarted Dune after beating Elden Ring to stave off. Want to start a second playthrough. Do I read in my free time? I wish I did a bit more. It comes in bouts. I really wish I did more. I've really enjoyed the reading I do. It usually comes up on vacations where like I'm somewhere and then like reading makes a bit more sense. That's a stupid sentence. But I read in bouts. Like if I read, I'll like really read for a bit, but then I don't make time for it, which is really bad. What's your shirt say? It says Dead by Daylight in Japanese. It's actually from the people that make Dead by Daylight. My partner works for Dead by Daylight. I was addicted bad. If it's not CRT, it ain't that old. It's pretty old. It was like CRTs existed back then. Like it was, you know, the nicest thing at the time. Trick, how's it going? Hey, welcome. Anyways, that's how the week's been. I think we have tomorrow off to actually play some board games. We've been like actually playing Arkham Horror, not Arkham Horror. We have been as well, but we actually got into Lord of the Rings LCG and they're rebooting it and they're actually like redoing everything the same way they're doing in Arkham, where now you can buy a box that has everything in it. And I think I'm kind of getting on board. Manny and I really enjoyed it. Like we were losing and then Gandalf shows up. You know how it goes. Audiobooks, doing chores, the art of reading without reading. I spent a summer when I was in university working in a steel factory. And it was actually a really pleasant experience overall. The hard work, you know, meeting, it was like a lot of hard manual labor, which I think I'm very glad I did at some point. But for a while, there was no issues with wearing headphones. So I did a lot of books on tape. I listened to a lot of comedy. So a lot of stand-up. I listened to like the entirety of the Mitchell and Webb not Look, that's the TV show, but the Mitchell and Webb comedy series with what's her name as well, Olivia Colman. And then at some point they decided most of the way through the stint there that that was probably a bad idea, that you shouldn't wear headphones on a factory floor. Can we have a picture of Steelworker Andre? I don't think those exist, honestly. I really don't think it exists. But it was very similar. I was younger. That's largely it. How's it hanging, Soulmate? It's good. It's going good. I've been out today, so it's nice to like sit down. It's going well. Mostly doing a lot of writing and making progress on getting HRT. Nice. Finally got a corp deck I like playing. That's not PD. It's really sunny here in Cardiff for once in a while. It's lovely. Oh, nice. That's really good to hear. How's all the lore stuff going? Audiobooks never worked for me. I see the appeal. I really do see the appeal. I think audiobooks are sick. Does LOTR LCG hose you? I don't think I can win without Sneak Attack Gandalf. Yeah, Schmendrick, Sneak Attack Gandalf saved us. It's hard to tell whether it hoses us because firstly, we're bad. And secondly, we were playing with like the core set starter decks, which I reckon are like far from optimal. But so far, they seem pretty difficult unless like if you play poorly, it snowballs. Because it's a bit different than Arkham to some extent. Because like if you don't deal with what's in the staging area, that generates threat, and then it kind of puts you further and further behind. But like we were skin of our teeth without Gandalf. Imagine the guy in I've had worse, like a really buff racist. Ask Envy Kelly nicely. I think he has a deep dive Ken list. Oh, that's really cool. I have one of those ancient early LED LCD TVs as well. Mine is 720p and like 50 pounds. It's like 6 inches thick. Yeah, I remember those. We're gonna actually probably get rid of this thing. Put on, bring it to the donation center. Sounds like an accident waiting to happen to have hearing impaired workers around metal equipment. No, Thanos, they're totally right. Like it's not a good idea to be operating like a press or any of the heavy machinery while wearing headphones. It's a silly idea. I find it wild that in this tiny Netrunner community we have a Ram and a Barum. I guess we do, don't we? Yo, another lap hunt. Natto, how's it going? Man, when are we gonna stop making this joke? I hate this joke. This is fun though. So we got the decklist of the week. It's a Shaper deck. It's a lat deck. And it's a cutlery deck, which is really cool. There's a lot of interesting things happening here that show off some of the strength that Shaper can get at. Firstly, we have all the cutlery, and you don't often see all the cutlery. It's really interesting because they're all 3 influence. So they're obviously a very expensive splash. But the idea with this deck and where the 3 cutlery really shines is with Harmony AR Therapy. Like that's kind of cool. I don't love this card. And actually, Baram talks about this in the write-up, being like, you can play this, just get your cutlery back in. You want to wait until you have at least 2 different cutlery. We get the cutlery to really great effect in this deck because this deck has really efficient breakers. And I'm mostly looking at Paperclip and Unity here. So Paperclip, kind of the best you can ask for, and Unity is really quite good once you're set up. But the big thing about this deck is that you have Palangi. So the idea is that even if you have the wrong cutlery in hand, you can generally make use of it and trash things. But on top of that, you can like just Palangi Paperclip the biggest ice in the game, and you're generally pretty good. So we want to be trashing ice pretty consistently. Again, we have 1 of each of the cutlery, but we have 2 Harmony AR Therapy. Abstractly, we can also DJ Fenris for 2 cutlery, and they'll give us 1 of them. So that helps. On top of that, we don't have Rizeki, but we do have a prepaid voice pad. We have 2 of them. I think we're only going to want to install 1. I think that's probably the most value we can get out of this deck. We have Anacom, a huge event package, which Shaper is now very capable of doing. We have a conduit to close the game and a nice resource package of daily cast, 2 teleworks, which are a bit more click intensive, but that's fine, and a Beth. Really cool. 3 overclocked is cool. Our HQ pressure is entirely DJ Fenris, but we have the ability to trash ice and get some good cheap runs. So this should play a bit more aggressive than a lot of Shapers, which I'm kind of really into it. Random question: Do you live by Quebec or Montreal? I'm in Montreal. Sorry, Bear. Who do you take with Fenris? You definitely take DJ, Steve, Steve Cambridge, because you have a lot of events, and so you can ensure you get value either from playing cutlery over again or making sure you get your prepaid value. But I think also Baram calls out in the write-up that there are some matches where Quetzal is actually correct. And I think the one thing that they call out specifically is, and against a Wayland Advanceable Ice deck, the fact that on a Ket, which is I think 5 strength, you can only break 1 subroutine anyways. It saves you 4 credits per Ket once per turn, which is a lot of value. That's very comparable to Steve. So I think those are 2 of the options, but I think, yeah, largely Steve. How's it going, Sangren? I think I said hi. Laura's working well, invented a martial art. Whoa! And developed food more. On cultures like to snack at kebabs of tomato, avocado, pepper, and grasshopper. Another eats guinea pigs like the Incans did. Oh, little guys. I hope they probably taste okay. Ah, man. I don't know. Like, so I've been vegetarian for a while, and I don't know where I stand on eating bugs. I don't think I'm going to do it. I know it's like a nice, it's like a sustainable thing to do. Macaroni, how's it going? Sorry I missed the stream last week. Quake knocked out my internet. Yeah, how are you doing out there? Is it okay? It was a bigger number earthquake, right? Like a 7 point something? I hope you guys are doing okay. I think that's largely it. This seems fun. It's aggressive. It's lat. Our ability should probably fire. We have a link. I think controlling the message shows up as like a thing that we have to watch out for because trashing ice is like pretty bad in terms of having to take a tag on top of it. We do have misdirection, which does help you for the tag-based matchups, but this looks pretty okay. The question is how aggressively, and the issue that comes up a lot of times is me understanding how to aggressively self-modifying code. We don't have Rizeki though, so at least I'll use it for breakers appropriately. What's the best reason to visit Montreal besides smoked meats? Although smoked meat wasn't enough for me. Just curious. Or do you think another spot in Canada would be better for a tourist? It depends what you want to do, right? Montreal's like such an interesting city in North America, specifically because it's, I think, the most European feel of a city you can get without going to Europe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But like a lot of people will just go down like to the old port and walk down like cobblestone streets and like have that sort of like European vibe, and that's enough for them. Like that's noteworthy enough. I'm a big fan of Montreal because it's like there's so much actual culture and stuff to do. People are outdoors. There's like this real passion for that sort of thing. In terms of things to see, there's a lot. Like there's a lot of live music. There's a lot of festivals all summer. There's a lot of like outdoor walking spaces. There's beautiful parks. There's comedy is a thing here if you care about it too. Food is good. Smoked meat is, when I enjoyed smoked meat, it's very quite good. Bagels are fantastic. The neighborhoods are really quaint. Like there's the hipster trendy stuff, and then there's just like the fun walk around kind of stuff. You get something similar in probably a lot of other like hip cities. But Montreal is something else. And then if you want to go like out into, you know, like the eastern townships and go to something a bit more rural, that's like obtainable. There's like a big old theme park on the South Shore. You can go skiing in the winter. It's there's a lot of really good stuff. New Orleans, I guess so. Yeah, Margarita. New Orleans is probably closer, but like New Orleans is also its own kind of thing. What's the best city to find true love in Canada? Poglos. I think advertisingly they'd want to tell you like Niagara Falls because that's where you meant to honeymoon or what have you. But I hope you found love before you went on your honeymoon. That would probably be appropriate. Otherwise, so like things to see in Canada, like big cities. I haven't gone out west. I've heard that's quite nice. I want to go to the East Coast, but that's like, I think you kind of need to know what you're signing up for. It's different than going to an urban area. Toronto's also like, okay, Toronto's cool. There's a lot of like neat neighborhoods in Toronto, but it's like not as dissimilar to going to any other big city in America. Where I think Montreal is on its own something a bit different. Weren't you doing JNOT VOD reviews where you broke down games at one point? What happened to those? I think we did 1 or 2, and then I think definitely I know people sent us a couple, and we did not have time to go through them, so I felt a bit like a dick. I still do to the day, but we did 1 or 2. We probably should be doing more. Excuse me. Environmentally positive, basically plants, but they're technically like, I don't know. I don't make me define my rules. Lat, ethical, cut, lattery. It was the scariest one for a few years, sure. We were cowering under the kitchen table, but no damage other than to our switching hub, thankfully. Oh, that's really good to hear. Damn, good. Stay safe out there. Is there a lot of like structural damage outside that's like grinding things to a halt, or has mostly been okay from now? We're a runner. Bod's an amazing deck builder, a lovely person, and we're very proud to have him as honorary international drop bearer. I know Bod does some like good rankings as well as tournaments. That's a name that you should know. If you come here, you can borrow my air mattress. Thank you, Kat. I appreciate it. I haven't been traveling in a really long time, and I know it's something me and Maddie definitely very much miss. My passport's actually expired. I have to deal with that first. I know right now there's like a surge of people trying to renew their passports, so it's a bit difficult, but I imagine we'll get it. I'd love to see the Underground Mall. I think it's in Montreal. Yeah, Cactus, how's it going? Bourbon Street is not European. Specifically, hey. Montreal is like technically like factually known for having the largest stretch of underground tunnels, and it's true in terms of like a retail section. So like for instance, you can get from all Metro to like the Eden Center Mall to like this place with this place without ever going above ground, and it's cool if you think commercial tunneling is cool, which like it kind of is. When we were in college, we used to go jogging through those, which I think is illegal probably, or at least a nuisance. It's neat. It's like not something I'm excited to do in the summer because like it's nice out. It's really hot here in the summer, but in the winter, it's like, or when it's raining like today, it's really nice to be able to travel like 3 blocks downtown without getting wet. It's cool. Boston has a similar European field. Yeah, Boston does, from what I've seen of Boston, but like, I feel like the old parts of Boston are like more, yeah, I don't know. I can't say it's more touristy because it's the same thing here. This hand's like probably good enough. I think probably we want to mulligan into a prepaid or something a bit more. Yeah, this is worse. Diesel's fine. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know Boston enough. I've been there like twice and never for longer than like 8 hours. Like all styles, but I do raw. I like small, sweet, and a little mignonette with it. Oysters are basically the one shellfish I'm not fond of. Texture weirds me out. Ooh, advance. I've never been a fan of shellfish or like seafish in general. Boston's one of my faves so far. Yeah, I think Boston's probably a pretty nice town. You go see the ducks at the pond. You go down to Newton. You go down to Lexington, Arlington. My mom, when she immigrated to, or when she came to North America, she first actually went to Boston as an au pair. And she's very fond of New England. I'm very fond of New England. Boston's a nice city, nice pretend city to live in. Does anybody live in Boston? Oh, Rongi from Noonan. Hell yeah. I had a friend in college from our dorm down the hall who's from Noonan. And then we have friends from Arlington. And I think my mom lived in Lexington for a bit. I don't know what I'm doing. We're playing Netrunner, huh? Single advance. Okay, sick. Our hand seems way worse compared to the other one we had. There's a chance that we would want the misdirection, but I feel like we want to discard it. Like, I feel like here we install SMC, install daily cast, and like click for a credit just because we're probably gonna have to Anacom. And then we can like maybe Anacom SMC and pop it, but like I don't think we want, it's not like, well, SMC for Rozeki. That seems like a bad line. It's probably this. This sucks. Our economy is really not good right now. I'm not drawing last click because I'll look like a fool. What era of college? I went to college in 2012, I think. His name was Casimir. Go on a duck boat tour and then get some cannolis at Mike's. I remember having like being a kid and going on day trips, and I remember getting fudge, and I don't like fudge, but we had fudge in Boston because I think you're meant to do that. Is that making a Netrunner AI project ever go anywhere? Cat, it's going somewhere. Slowly, it's going to go somewhere. It's basically what I'm trying to say. It is my next thing to do once I'm off the vacation and I'm moving on to the functional part of becoming a human being again. I don't want to do Anacom into overclock just because I feel like we're going to need the credits. So I think we're just going to overclock this remote server. YOLO. Swag. SMC times 2 daily. Got to get down to 4 for that passive draw. Oh, I totally forgot about the ability. Yeah, that's definitely worth considering. Okay, we're going to lose the overclock here. They did not res it, actually, so there's a chance it's something trashable because it's NGO. So we could consider SMCing for something. The problem is, like, I don't think there's anything that we want to SMC for on value. Oh, that's ugly. That's really ugly. I think we use the SMC to trash this. It's going to be like a... Shit. They had a window there. Oh. Okay. Okay, it's a trap deck. Great. Could just pull, I know we could pull a breaker, but we're gonna end up spending actual money on it. Not that we didn't spend one on that. We probably should have pulled a breaker. Tatsuza, how's it going? Yeah, pulling would have been value. The fact that they didn't pop an NGO, and I don't think they actually have a window after we can commit to access. It was this, mind you, that did our brain damage. But yeah, we probably should have used it in retrospect. We really need to draw economy here. Next turn, we could like Anacom Dirty Laundry for something. With 4 credits, like they could res Hoard'em or Mouseless. That would be a bit obnoxious. Just into credit. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I think we should have pulled something for sure. Yeah. So I've been thinking about the Netrunner AI project, and specifically, the Bad Pub's good with SMC. One thing that I want to make sure that we're doing now in the future is, because this did not show up within the original time that we thought about it, or that we're thinking it out loud, is that we need to, we actually have to do tree work where we have to see like the value of this, how it impacts our clicks for the next couple clicks, right? And I think we are going to have to do some planning. Gotta remember to play for that lack card draw. It's a bit harder now that we brain damage, but yeah, not impossible. Not impossible. All right, so if we do Anacom Dirty Laundry Archives, it's pretty bad. We want a Dirty Laundry Central. With a single advancement and SMC and 8 and 9 credits, I think we can do it. The question is, with 7 credits, can we do it? Let's find out. It's a knockcat. So we get through this for 2 on break, 6 on pull breaker. Or we can give them a card and credit and advancement. So here, this is where you overclock appropriately, right? Like I never know how to use SMC. Sword Bear, hey, back to work I go. Enjoy your work. So again, so it's 4 for the breaker, 2 for the SMC. So we're down 6-5. It'll be a 3 and then 2 to break. So we have 1 credit. We can't even Dirty Laundry. I think we can just let this fire because now we know what we need to do to Dirty Laundry into there. So they get unadvancement, which is annoying because they can advance their own card, something I always forget. down to 3 cards to get a passive card draw is like mediocre. So I feel like at this point we're gonna do Anarch, Dirty Laundry Archives. Bad. I guess this is Odo's deck? Oh, I'm not familiar. So if we install this, we lose a card draw. If we click for a credit, we get the card draw. I feel like we just click for credit, but I'm not sure how often we want to just do inefficient stuff to get our lat draw. Paperclip in hand means we actually have to commit to install it unless we can discard it. So the SMC will not get it. Obviously, it's in our hand. Double ice 8. Card in server 3, probably. Like, I'm worried that this is just an Urtica or a snare, but there's like a chance that it's what's it called? Just a spin doctor. This in hand is actually a really ugly draw. Like, very quite ugly. We want to play an event again. The Singer had a startup tourney and a trap BTL deck from Odo wanted thing. Oh, I had no idea. Oh, that's kind of cool. I want to draw for an event. Oh, that's not great. So here they could score out, unless it's like a seamless in hand, it's looking like a 3-2 or 3-1. If we run server 3, it probably forces a spin doctor. If it's a snare here, it's like kind of okay if it hits the paperclip. Yeah, it's a snare. And it doesn't hit the paperclip. Ah! I'm not trashing that. It does not hit the paperclip. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, well, at least we'll get a card draw. Unless they, in theory, could like spin doctor at this window, which would be smart. What's your favorite corp? It's hard. It changes over time. Classically, my favorite corp was Wayland. Less so nowadays. Nowadays, I feel like they've become powerful at some point, and that made the allure a bit more interesting. Macaroni, I'm not going to open the deck list, but I appreciate it. I'm not going to take that advantage on this point. Appreciate the list though. So if you're in chat and you want to see what our opponent is playing, is probably the list Macaroni posted. So they trashed the snare themselves. We still have some cards. They didn't advance a card in remote server. We probably want to just win off Conduit so we don't have to play their trap game. Because again, centrals are generally the worst part of those decks. Likely a mouseless considering the traps. Did not draw with Anarch. Did Anarch even... Anarch didn't even fire off of us trashing our hand. That's really not good. Andre likes murder is what I'm hearing? What are you talking about? He likes meat damage? Technically, yes. But I like the audacity of face-up agendas and being like, okay, you know what's on the table, come get it. Oh man, could we have not trashed that? So we can install this and we can knife HQ. The knife will actually be pretty cheap. And then we get access to 1 card in HQ. And then we draw a card. Yeah, whatever. We could die to snare. I'll take those odds. Andre likes Builder Nations, only remember the pain. Yeah. Andre likes Builder Nations. Yeah, so Knife is actually really weak in theory against Akhet because we triple event, so we can never break all the subroutines. It is a spin doctor, so it looks like the 1 card in hand might have just been an agenda because they're diluting it. Either that or they're drawing for a snare. That's a spin doctor. Trashing a spin doctor while there's a spin doctor on the table does not seem attractive. And we draw off of our Anacom and we draw off a lat. Whoa, that was actually really cool. That was really cool. Sokka's list could be. Has no traps. Okay. So that's good. Server 3, they overinstalled on the snare. We know they have a spin doctor in hand. They just triple drew. So it looks like they're ditching agendas. So I reckon we want to run archives first. We're going to see a snare and 2 face downs that might pop the spin doctor. Then we could hit the second one in hand if we really wanted to. If we diesel here, we draw 4 cards. It actually might be too much. The only cards we're really excited to draw are Creative Commissioner, Dirty Laundry. So let's see what they shuffle back. So we're going to see a snare. Yeah, they're going to hide 2 cards there. Okay. This Beth is not looking amazing. Could there be a snare in archives? Yeah, there is. It's the one they overinstalled on here, for sure. Akhet, good to know. So if we do this, we'll be on 7 cards. Seems awkward. We can't get to hand size. A single brain damage gets us so good. We could play the Plongi, which is kind of cute. Because then we can actually break anything, but then they could provoke the purge. We'll just run HQ again. If we hit the spin doctor, it's quite good because we trash it for 1 with bad publicity. Okay. I'll just play her. Yo, Chef, how's it going? Afternoon. Afternoon, good evening on my side. Server 1, new card. Again, we're going to try and close the game off of Conduit, so hopefully we can just trash this. 2 advancements. I'm not sure like what this deck could threaten with 2 advancements, like whether it is actually, because there's a chance that they have the card that says do 5 meat damage or take 2 tags, and that's obviously an issue for us because we can't take 5 meat damage. So that's a good hand. We could DJ Fenris and then put down and like start demanding options like 2 daily casts, 2 diesels, stuff like that's kind of cute. We've Anacomed for value this turn. I'm kind of worried about this. With an SMC and a Pelongi, we actually could get through it. Like, there's a chance it's just sure gamble Pelongi run server 1. I honestly don't feel too bad about that. Border control? Okay, so we're not necessarily going to get through the server if they don't want us to. But we're going to force the money out of them. So, like, at this point, now we're not as scared of this agenda. Okay, so now they're scoring it. They're going to score with 0 credits. So we can at least take the 2 tags if we need to. Because there's no tag punishment that's really going to happen. It looks like it is an agenda. So maybe it's an Atlas. They're down to 2 credits, which is bad for Beth. But overall now, like they really need this to be an NGO front or they're kind of destitute. Like if they're protecting this, like now they have to commit to either scoring it or like somehow protecting it with more ice. So I feel like Gank is in like a really awkward situation here. Like this might be you overinstall this with a spin doctor just to get off the table. Maybe Purge is enough? I don't know. We have an SMC. How many gambles are out? I'd love to be able to Fenris for double laundry. Yeah, now we definitely run this. Like they protected it. What kind of cool ruse would be to border control a trap for next turn? I don't know. I'm buying it. Are y'all buying this? Are you guys buying this? I'm buying this. 11 credits. Let's go. If we lose this, it's a bit bad if it's a trap. Like this can do up to 4 damage if it's seems it's a bit sus, but that border control they snap popped. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's that sus. I think it's just they're in an awkward spot. It's a mouseless. That's still expensive. Barrier, thank you. 4 is still a lot. It's 3 with bad publicity though. Not too bad. STS, there you go. Okay, good. Good stuff. I'm worried about our clock down if we paperclip. The Pelongi obviously gives us teeth. They're on 0 credits though, so we actually can start just checking traps. So like, Urtica, I bet I lose. So like in some extent, it's okay to get rid of the Pelongi. We have 1 more. We only have 1 more simul chip. I'll get rid of the Pelongi, and now like we actually can start trashing these off the table because none of these traps fire. We can also, in theory, like pull out a conduit and start smashing R&D. I think we might want to take a click on server 4 though, because I'm pretty sure it's a spin doctor. Urtica does fire on 0 credits though. We're stoked to see the episode title. Let's see some Revolver. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Yeah, okay, it is a spin doctor. How's it going, Janktivist? All right, so the server fizzles. So this is an awkward prompt. I guess they're in the middle of deciding. Yeah. So they put back a snare and cerebral overrider. So that's the best time for us to run R&D. So I think we're just going to be aggressive. You can Steve to extend the Pelongi simul chip. Yeah, that's true. We can pick by either of them. But I think we're just going to run R&D here. They have a lot of cards in HQ. Actually, maybe we just slam HQ. We can. They drew 2 here. Yeah, we can slam HQ a bit. But like we could just pull out a SM conduit for 5 real credits. Oh, well, good luck with your economy. Good luck with your economy. Fortunately, we don't have 7 in hand. Wait, the cards are shuffled into R&D are in secret? Scrub, if they're face up, they're not. Because you could look at R&D archives and see. If they're face down, they're secret. It'll just say, especially in the chat log, it'll tell you like face down cards. But if it's face up, like you can see archives before and after. So like you can deduce it yourself. But it's public information if it's face up. All right, 2 credits. There's no advanceable ice on 2 credits. We're going HQ. Is server 3 another spin doctor? Yeah, like having 0 credits in this government sub. Yeah, Squid, how's it going? No, nothing at all. All right, I think we do want to Deuce as Wild, and we might just like tempo in. Icewall though? Icewall's fine though. If they spend a credit on Icewall, like I don't think we care. So we will Fenris run HQ. We're gonna do, if it's an Icewall, right? I think we're still gonna do Grifter. We're gonna run HQ. If they can't res, then we'll bounce R&D. Similarly, if your friends in high places 2 face-up acids, they'll know which is which. Yes, yeah. You can't obfuscate that sort of thing. If you ever install a face-up card from archives, you have to tell them where it goes. All right. I think laundry is actually good enough. Overclock dirty laundry is also fine too, because that allows us to aggressively run R&D, which I'm actually pretty okay with. I think we'll choose those 2. So like if they give us the dirty laundry, we run it. If they give us the overclock, we'll run it and pull conduit. Reina kind of funnier. Yeah, Reina wouldn't be the worst. Subsidy, sick. So now we can overclock, R&D, draw a card, and install our conduit for free, which is hopefully how we're going to close the game. Unfortunately, we're obviously giving away the ability for us to what's it called, to like pull another breaker. So now cat off the top, use conduit, we'll draw a card. Sick. Our money's not amazing here. We have to watch out for punitive. We haven't seen like an economic warfare, so we'll go in again. Oh, make sure we have to hit this button though. And they might just be on all 3-pointers and all 1-pointers if they want to just double advance everything. And Geofront, yeah, we'll trash that for free. Use conduit, thank you. Okay, so now they're really forked, because if they want to ice up HQ to stop us from the Fenris, then we're going to come in for the R&D conduit dig. I'm worried this server 3 is a spin doctor, but I honestly don't know if it is. Maybe it's just an Urtica. And again, all the advanceable traps are very cheap. Urtica is now 2 instead of 0 on Junebug. We do want to make sure that we get down something that'll allow us to break if we have to face check into something bad. With 5, they can res most things, so I'm going to Deuce as Wild. We're going to get the money first. I don't think we draw cards with it. No, we'll draw money first, and then we'll expose this. Oh, but then the run doesn't do conduit. That's actually kind of bad. 3 is a snare from earlier, right? No, because they overinstalled the Thanos. They got this back in here. I want to run Archives. Like, I worry that's a spin doctor. We'll draw 3, gain 3. Okay. Is this a turn that we just take some time off and set up? Like, unfortunately, maybe. And I really don't want to, because they're like very close to doing hedge fund into government subsidy. So I think we want to keep the pressure on to some extent. So maybe here we'll like do sure gamble, run HQ, and then we can double gamble. And then last click we can install a resource or something. But if they res here and they go down to like 1 credit off of Mouseless or Hoard'em or something, or technically 2 credits if we don't break it, then we can swing conduit and we'll see new cards. Telework to get your lat draw? We can. We have brain damage. A double SMC is actually probably what we want here, because that ensures that we have breakers. Oh. You want to see us lose to Arc Lockdown? Because we will. We have 5 to 10 credits. So the chance of us dying to punitive is actually really, really quite low, because Anacom gives us only 5 hand size, actually. No, it's low. We have a link. We have more money than them. Double telework is actually like not the worst. Oh, never mind, sick. Got it. Yeah, Xeron, you're totally right. I forgot to bring that up. We talked about Monaco 2 like 2 weeks ago, and then last week, I think, they announced Monaco 2 is in the works, which is sick. All right, so we again want to keep the credits down because they're trying to get that government subsidy, and then punitive technically doesn't matter anymore. But there's a big chance that their deck is on like 3, 6, 9, then 18. No, I don't know what they're on. Maybe 5 3-pointers. Yeah, they've only showed like pre-rendered art, and it, you know, it looks like a more 3D art style, a bit less like cartoony, which, you know, that's cool. Overclock HQ, I think, is the play here. I didn't check what our Steve abilities are. This deck is aggressive. I like this. This is way more my style. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead, and we can't install the paperclip, so I think we're just still going to use the SMC anyways and not make the mistake we made before. We'll use 6 credits to get the Unity on the table with our bad pub. And this, breach server, Steve. Okay, gamble seems reasonable. I should always move my face. So sorry I haven't done that. Call me out on that if you see that. I can do gamble. We can do laundry. I'm okay with gamble. We are using our event this turn though. The heist game, yeah, Rockman, how's it going? Thanks for the follow, by the way, on Twitch. Yeah, exactly. The multiplayer heist game. What's yours is mine. Yeah, I did some map editing for that game. Had a good time doing it. All right. So if we get this down, we can do like Palangi into run R&D. And that seems pretty fair. The problem is like the Unity is actually not very good because we don't have a lot of icebreakers. But if they install a paperclip, I think we're going to do sure gamble, Palangi, run R&D. We're not going to get our lat draw, but it's very difficult for us to do that because again, oh, it's a Pharaohs. Huh. So we want to break that because we don't want to end with a tag. So unfortunately, this is going to be some money. It's only 4 credits. So next turn, we can make this a sentry and eat it. Above the law. Okay, there's no next turn. Good game. Wow, that's aggressive. That's cool. Scraps at all. Bummer. Enjoy spending Thursday nights here. Hey, cheers. Glad to hear it. Yeah, Conduit will get there. Did we click on Conduit? Was that? Yeah, it was a Conduit run. Oh, we didn't even click on Conduit? Are you serious? Uh-oh. We didn't click on Conduit. That was actually a single axis. Oh, yeah, we need to hit this to make the run. The huge mistake. Thanks to the game. Yeah, luckily we weren't punished. We would have asked our opponent if we could see more cards. You still get the counter, but if you don't click on Conduit, which means you can't play run events. We didn't play a run event, did we? Or did we just do a run event? What are we doing? No, we ran event HQ. Major flex though? Yeah, major flex at how bad I am at this game. Hoping I can catch this next game. As in Solom, you want to play or you want to watch it? I will not start the next game until you respond. You are holding the entire stream hostage. Enjoy that power that not a lot of people get. Enjoy it. Seems hard for Corp to win when you gain more than double their credits. Yeah, the economy like was very clearly keeping, it looked like, at least from our side, that was really keeping them back. Like we ran HQ, they had punitive as a win condition. They had a government subsidy that was unplayable most of the game. So I don't know whether it's the deck doesn't have an economy, whether it was just obviously bad draw, whether the economy might have been mismanaged, but like that's a lot of the times, and it's built, that deck makes it easier, but install advanced is like expensive play. That's an issue with a lot of trap decks. So they'll just a lot of times just click for credits. You know how it goes. Want to cue some Mimi stuff? Solomir, you host, I'll join. Seems hard for Corp. Just read that. Yeah, so I don't know. It can be difficult, but yeah, we were very aggressive and we were not going to let up. Like if we, like you saw how kind of hesitant I was to sit back and be like, okay, this turn we're just going to telework and install this. No, we were like, let's go. We can get accesses. We got paperclip Palangi. We're unbreakable. Literally everything's breakable at Metropolitan Grid. Okay. Let's do this. What's Solomir got for us? Uh-oh. BD. Danger zone. Competitive gamer. Good luck. Have fun. Thanks, you too. All right, opening hand. Beth is okay. Daily Cast is okay. Creative Commission is okay. SMC is okay. This is honestly a pretty good hand. Getting Beth early will definitely, on turn one, like will definitely pay out throughout the game. Even if she gets like a credit and a card draw, it's fine. It's not too much different than Deuce's Wild. The SMC early is okay. We want the overclock. The Daily Cast early is good. Like we have good, we can probably draw once. Daily Cast, Beth, Creative Commission, like that's good enough. Depending on what they do. Like as soon as we have an overclock, we just do SMC overclock the remote and hopefully we just eat a gatekeeper or something. I haven't played against PD in a long time, like since Worlds era. So I honestly, I'm a bit rusty on the matchup. Uh-oh, Rashida turn one. Did they mull? No. Yeah, they mulled. Okay. So do you just crash into this? Like, do you just eat the hog in here? I'll give you a break from encountering the stupid Wanza-based deck every time you standard runner. My favorite. Oh, thank you, Drunk. I appreciate it. Shame we even know like the fire. Yeah, I hear like this is a good, from my understanding, this is a pretty good matchup. I do not know the matchup enough, whether it's worth to face tank a gatekeeper on turn one, or like otherwise if this is Magnet or a Hagen, we don't care. So if we do that, then our turn becomes, unfortunately, we can't do, oh, I didn't do the math. We can't do Beth casts creative. So I think we would just do run. Then we just do creative casts. If it's a gatekeeper, they might have more than 3 cards in hand, but I think like we might want to try and get our liability. We'll see. If this is a vanilla, like it's awkward for us. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So now we can do credit, install play, and so we'll get a free lat draw, and we'll be able to do well. And there we go. We have SMC into overclock, looking like absolute heroes there. But yeah, that was just an eco that they didn't want to protect. This is a lot of value. If you could, you would. So I don't know whether server one's like a brainstorm or like a tier or something, but like I don't think they're worried about rezzing on R&D. So unless they have like something in hand that costs a lot of money, like are they on government subsidy? I'm not sure why they didn't protect this unless they literally couldn't, or this is like an is Ichi still a legal card? Like something where that actually is dependent. This is a slower opening, so I feel like the Beth is going to get even better. 3 cards in hand, so we can draw once. SMC Beth. Credit. Don't love it. Gatekeeper. I think you would res Gatekeeper though. Like Gatekeeper draws 3 and then shuffles agendas. Like you probably would. I think you probably would. Especially if you mulligan, like that can help you a lot. Like 3 card draws probably worth it being 0 strength. I need someone to make a brainstorm altar. What do you mean next round? Brainstorm? I think we're just gonna do this. Like, I don't love clicking for a credit to get a free card draw, but I guess it's like Proco. Might just have to be me. Yeah, we got new cards out today. Do y'all know it? Make playing cards, drive through cards. We'll talk about it after like this game. But you can order the new cards. They have the proofs. They're ready to go. Get your group orders together. I don't know what Brainstorm the movie is. I'm like super worried that this is apparently a really memey deck, so I'm worried that we're gonna get like Night Dancered or something. That'll be embarrassing. I realize now there's a lot of Brainstorm cards in other games. Spin Doctor. This seems like an ugly open. 7 credits. Like, we could probably start pressuring HQ here. They're only gonna trash 1 card. Oh, never mind. PD. Wow, we really do want to run HQ here. Are we aggressive enough just to overclock HQ? I'm worried they're not gonna res if we do that. I feel like that's an okay. That's an okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I forgot that too. Does that change your turn? After they say that and then we immediately run HQ? I did not realize that. Okay. Continue to movement. If it's the sandbox deck, it's likely to have like things that'll hurt purge. So I think we actually just pull a paperclip here. Brainstorm is a classic sci-fi movie from the early 80s about a device that lets people share thoughts, feelings, perceptions one-to-one. Never heard of it. Is it good? I only watch good movies. So Drafter is an issue. We'll just pull the paperclip. It lines up largely cute enough. Trashing a Spin Doctor with a Spin Doctor in hand feels terrible. And now this is the awkward thing. Okay, so we could trash this Spin Doctor, and then it forces this Spin Doctor to be used. Because if we run this Spin Doctor, they won't trash it. So I think we have to trash this one. 6 cards. I think we have to trash this one so that we can pressure this one. I don't want to trash this one. But now they'll likely pop this one, which I feels like, you know, what they had in hand was not fantastic. Yeah, there you go. So at least like trashing that one stopped us from having to trash that one. Unfortunately, we have to spend the click, but I think you might understand what I mean. Now we also get 5 cards. Nailed it. Perfect efficiency. It's pretty good if you like old flicks. There's some star power in it. Cool. I usually watch bad movies. I prefer older stuff to newer stuff, generally speaking. I feel like this is not going to be a popular take, but there's like a lot of aesthetic stuff. Oh no, I'm not gonna say it. I just feel like I don't know if I like 80s music. I don't like 80s music a lot. That snare drum really bothers me. Hedge fund on 12. I'm actually scared that this is a deck that cares about credit differential. We do not have access to, I guess we do if we want a self-modifying code for SMC for misdirection. But I'm worried. This is like a lot slower. Oh, speak of misdirection. Like, I don't know what to do. Say it. I basically did. I communicated amicably. I think we actually install the misdirection just so we have simulchip threat. We want to end on 5 cards in hand. So we can play 1, 2, 3. That will put us down on 4. So we can draw once first. Okay. This is not an exciting turn. Is it more important to install the Ika? Yeah, actually, it's better to install the Ika. That actually might do something. We want hot takes. Look, it's just the 80s music. I don't like it. I like 80s, like, what are they called? Future Islands or something like that? Like 80s-esque modern bands? They're okay. Install. We haven't seen the seamless launch. In fact, we've only seen Spin Doctor, Nico, and a hedge fund. Not sure if we can afford to run server 1 here. Gatekeeper will eat us. Not that many other code gates we're worried about. Except Night Dancer. Large Gatekeeper. Enigma would be okay. On 12 credits, we'll get a card. Conduit. Maybe we could force a res here and then just run something else. Do we just run this? Like, we don't... Drafter's annoying. We might just overclock this remote server. Music from the 80s or music... I don't... It's hard to tell at this point. I don't know. I feel like I'm making enemies. Missed overclock to turn on SMC probably. Yeah, I'm gonna overclock this so that we could pull out the SMC if they want to. Hopefully we don't need to. Seems like a suspiciously vanilla. Yeah, okay, well, there's a gatekeeper. So if we want to break this, our options are pull out the our decoder from our deck, but we have to trash the Ika, so like we're in a really awkward spot. Or let this fire. Okay, so let's talk about this. Like, we obviously want to spend the 3 credits, so we could SMC to trash the paperclip, actually more likely. Because this ice, they didn't res for a while. I'm worried that's a tier. Like, I'd rather keep the eco around if this is a meme deck. I'm not as worried about this, unless it's like maybe a border control, but I don't know. So we want to trash this to pull out the SMC, use the SMC to pull out the what's it called? The decoder of de jour Unity. Then to get to 6 strength, we'd have to boost 3 times and break once or twice. So 5 credits. That seems a bit rough. We might just want to let this fire, because once this is down to 0 strength, like, we save a lot of money. They would drop the 3 cards and then shuffle back in, which seems okay for them. Making enemies dislike what you dislike. You're always going to be more polite than most people about it. I guess so. I just don't want to not use this overclock credits. Oh, shit, I clicked on it. Hold on. We're committing. We are committing to this nonsense. I think we just SMC for Palangi. And then if we hit a sentry after this, like, so be it. This is awkward. I do not like what we're doing. Is Palangi a good pull? Honey, how's it going? Yeah, it's not bad. The problem is, like, we're really hoping that this is a barrier, but I'm like kind of thinking it's a tier back there. Luckily, they can't really afford the tier. But this is still kind of expensive, right? But yeah, it's good to have this though, because then we can work on the forked. 5 is a lot. Oh, actually, no, it's 3. It's not a lot. Got him. And there's a chance that we end the run here. Do we end the run here? Because we can't use Palangi again. Do we end the run here? The price would have been the same with Unity. It's technically more. Yeah, you're right. We pulled this for free. I keep forgetting we pulled this for free. Yeah. Yes, but this is technically more flexible. I don't honestly know if we keep going here. I think we're gonna do it just so that we can get memed on about whatever this ice is. But like, if the safe play is not to run into it. Yeah, we called it. You know what? You know what? You know what? You know, if we called this on turn 1, you wonder if that happened. We lose. We should have jacked out. We did this for the content. It does 6 brain damage. Do we die? Cool. Cool meme deck. That's a ganked, by the way. Boy. Losing to ice, huh? So we have to win in 3 clicks. It's Rashida. That's fine. Cool. We lose. So we can run HQ. I was going to pull the conduit out, but we lost our hand. It's really hard to use Lat's ability when you have 6 brain damage. It's kind of like the bad part of this matchup. Got him. And now we'll hit a 4-pointer off of, what does this do? No, we can't have that happen. Actually, they have a 4-pointer. There's no more 4-pointers in the game, right? D. Continue encounter. Out to the brains. This is just really mean lat tech. Oh, once per turn. Oh, once per turn. Right. We're going to go HQ. We're going to take that mulligan. Sick. All right. Good game. Yeah, that was like obvious. Okay, so like we said that we were going to do that. And I don't feel bad about that at all. But like we knew that they did not res that to protect the Nico. So it clearly was something that was kind of expensive and situational. This made a lot of sense. The way that we interacted with this, like, I think we could have, like, we could consider trashing the paperclip there, because the only things that are like a bad face check are like, knowing the barrier face checks are really bad there, besides if we hit a Hagen and it trashes our Palangi, and at that point, whatever. Oh, there's the twins here. Still haven't really gotten to use this fun tech. Oh man. Yo, I played some Mad Twins decks back the day with Grail and the Foundry. Grailin with 26 net damage or what have you. Yeah, this card came out in, it's going to rotate soon, actually. It's an Order in Chaos. And it basically says when you pass a piece of ice, you can reveal the same kind of ice. And then they're forced to encounter it, not approach it, encounter it. So they have to hit it again. So if you can insist that you have a lot of cards in hand, the issue with this sort of server, though, like a lot of times well, excuse me. If you let the Brainstorm fire, then, actually, no, then it still is good. Because it keeps it for the remainder of this run. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. Kimo, how's it going? Got a drop for game night, but glad I got to be there for the Brainstorm kill. Good luck in the rest of your games. Yo, that's really kind. Thank you. Enjoy your game night, huh? Let us know what you played. The old brain day flatline, quite rare. Yeah, the negative hand size flatline is quite rare. The fact that we like didn't die to this, and I guess you never can die to Brainstorm. You died later to Brainstorm. But yeah, we 9 credits. I was like way too perfect to walk into that for sure. Thanks for the game. All right, so the deck, we're gonna have to update Baramu because we did not contribute to their win rate. 77%, we dragged that down a fair bit. 77% plus 50% divided by 2. It's a 60% win rate deck now. I don't even know if I would post a 60% win rate deck. All right, move to YouTube because Twitch is blocky. Damn, what do you mean it's blocky? It's like just not rendering out well. All right, we got some news. It's only 9:45. We can maybe do one more. Yeah, this is a fun deck. Do we do one more? What are y'all thinking? It's always a 50% win rate deck. Either you win or you didn't. That's the way I see it. And the other one's like, if you ignore the games that you didn't win, you're winning a lot of games. You want to see some cutlery? I kind of do want to see some more cutlery. My interweb's awful. Okay, we're gonna do one more. These are fast. We'll hit a Brainstorm on turn 3. It'll be fine. If we only played Shaper and sat back and set up. I feel like we gotta at least play one Harmony to pull Sporks back. I guess so. It's wild still though. Like still in terms of like a value oriented card, like there's a chance that we can just be aggressive enough that you don't need 2 in your deck because you don't want to play one. Like you only want to play one. You know what I mean? Like it's still that issue that always comes up with Harmony. It's like in some of the faster matchups, it's like next to a dead card. But Headpunch turn 1, that would have been 0 hand size the whole game. Yeah, Solomir, I still would have ran on turn 1 if you had 9 credits. Like, so we were talking about it. Watch the replay, right? Because we were talking that you didn't protect the Nico. So it's like, this has to be, you know, something really mean that costs more than 5. Here, 1 second. All right, Nanako just knocked something out really hard over. Go for one more, then let's shoot things 6 times and throw our guns at it. Heavy is good. Anywho, yeah, it was very clear there was something there. I was thinking it was a tier. We joked a bit about a Brainstorm. But I feel like looking at that last turn, us deciding like what to simulchip SMC for, and for what it's worth, I honestly didn't know if we should have done that. Like maybe we should have bounced off the Gatekeeper. It might have been correct. And then I accidentally clicked on the simulchip. Like maybe the right call is there, and I'd be interested to hear what y'all think if you're watching this like on YouTube. Like, is the right call always to throw at the paperclip because you can recur it easily? It's expensive, but you can recur it easily. Like I would buy that, and then either pull out the Pelongi or just run with a decoder and a killer, because decoder killer will basically deals with everything besides end the runs, because there's no like bad face checks into end the runs in that deck. We were promised gun, Jackson. We'll get gun. We'll have gun. Yes, gun. Good gun. Someone who hasn't played in a long time, my win rate is infinite. Nikes, yo, you win 1 game, you get a friend to teach you. You quit there, and then you update your resume. Go straight to LinkedIn. I definitely faceplanted turn 1, click 1 Brainstorms many times. Yeah, like you're gonna do it. The right calls install Miss D so that you can trash the simulchip and not make that call. Yeah, Rongi, the thing is like I installed the Ika so I could run, so I didn't have to do it, and then I committed to the overclock. So like maybe you're right that you still don't install the ECUP, but then what happens if you run into a drafter? You just let the drafter for a hedge fund fire? Maybe that's correct. You wouldn't believe how many Shaper builds I'm working on currently at the moment. Well, you probably would. Yeah, I think so. Team K, bring out the guns. We'll get there. Hopefully we don't queue for that much longer. I have 100% win rate this week at our local meetup. We played 1 game. That's pretty good. Is there such thing as a gun tribal crim deck? Yes. No, for a couple more. No, not in standard. Excuse me. No, I don't think there is. There's only 1 gun. The cool thing about the gun is like, and this is what we're gonna do tonight, is the Grifter Breaker Suite, like Lustig, Damara, Abagnale. If I'm not mistaken, Lustig doesn't exist in standard anymore. So you can do Abagnale as a trash can, Damara as a trash can, and then you can do now Gun as trash can. So you can have a full like trash can breaker suite, which the bypass effects are like technically more powerful. I just want to know what ways that we can play in LAT that can let us install programs really cheaply. There's a chance that we're actually going to do Paula's Cafe. But like, this is the thing that I love to do, is that the sort of Damara and Abagnale, the like trash to bypass, they all cost about 3 to 4 credits, or 4 to 5 maybe. But the idea is like that works really well with Simulchip and As. So the idea is that you could actually run 2 or 3 of breakers. You have to install them, which are kind of expensive. You could also do them off of like overclock, Q coherence, some nonsense. But then when you install them with Simulchip, they come in for 2 credits to bypass a piece of ice, which is kind of what you're going for. Oh, DZ, that's actually perfect. Yeah, DZ makes a lot more sense. Yeah, shit, I forget about that one. Yeah, DZ's exactly what you want. Does Mass Driver count as a gun? Yeah, it does. Damara isn't currently legal, is it? I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I think it's in system update. Yeah. No. Oh. Wait, actually it's not? It's just Abagnale? No, System Core 2019. Shit. Okay. Everything I said was like only 2/3 correct, but that's a positive win rate. Only Abagnale. Okay. For barriers, Paperclip has a trash can on it. So Dizzy Miss Lizzie. DZMZ. I got 100% MTG win rate for the same reason. Can never play again now. Don't let yourself down. Quit while you're ahead. Blackwing, no. Yeah. Yeah. That's why you start smoking for 1 cigarette, just so you can quit cold turkey, so you can have that conversation. Yeah, I used to smoke. I quit cold turkey one day. Everyone's like, wow, that's really cool. Sounds like you're making the case for Khan. Jackson, no one has ever done that. Okay, how's it going? Marjana honorary trash breaker. Marjana, like, I don't know what it's gonna take for Marjana to see play. Like we did see technically, like there were metas where what's it called, saw play. The Inti, right? Like Inti metas did exist. So this is like future design space Inti. The 2 credit versus 1 credit is not the worst thing. I don't know. There's all these like weird cards that in theory I'd love to be able to try and play, like Tracker. Tracker's cool. Technically. There's some really confusing questions about this, like why this? Why ain't that? I don't know. This is cool, but for this, like, you need what's it called? Like at some point we're gonna convince ourselves to play Tracker in like Street Magic or something awful. Marjana is fine when you're able to reasonably lock the remote, but Marjana is not fine. Like Marjana is only fine in a meta where all the barriers are low strength, which is probably actually not too far off from what we are, right? Like what are you playing against? IP block? You don't need to break that. Border control, fine. Vanilla, fine. Hagen gets really ugly. Aked, if that's advanced, gets really ugly. Heavens forbid you play against like Acme. Oh, on that note, oh, hold on. Yasengrin, SC YouTube. I don't know if Yasengrin's here. But this video, let's talk about ice, is so good. Yasengrin, I forgot to tell you if you were at the point in your chat. Watch this if you can. I'll link it in the show notes. But this is so good. It's a really good video about, it's an ad for Shopify. But behind it is a really good video talking about different ice placements. This is fantastic. A huge fan of this. Yasengrin was like, I don't know what videos to make. And then makes a banger. Oh, it's Acme. Then makes a banger video like the next day. You're gonna finish the game and I'll play against you if you're still open. Gwen, thank you. We just got into a game though. Big fan of stream. Oh, hey. That's very kind. This is gonna be a problem because their ice is really quite big. Luckily, if we destroy it, maybe it won't be as good. Thanks, you too. Marjana made me really sad when I needed to break Gold Farmer. I couldn't spare a click to hit archives. You pay like what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Opening hand, prepaid voice pad. First time we've seen that card. There's 2 of them in the deck. I don't like this hand. That's a bit better, especially if we have to worry about hard-hitting news on top of whatever good ice they have. The video was great, professional. I feel like I went to Netrunner school. It's like my favorite thing when people just, you know, talk about the thing in a lecture style. I'm such a big fan. But yeah, it's great. Dajin says a Deva deck. Deva decks, I've tried it before, and it's like you just realize that there's just a large part of the very played card pool you just cannot interact with, and so you get discouraged very quickly. But Vamadeva did see play. That one did see play. All right. Opening's pretty good. If we do, wait, we can't do prepaid into Sure Gamble? I guess we're not Kate anymore. That is ugly. If we do this no, we can't do it. You're okay for money? Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, that's really ugly. We could consider trashing this. I wonder if they're just gonna shuffle a hedge fund back in. They might. I'm okay paying 2. Then we're just gonna hit this and this. We're just gonna make sure that we don't get harding used into oblivion. Telework hit a PvP gamble. Oh, that's not too bad. I kind of wanted to contest this though. So next turn we're just gonna do prepaid into gamble. We'll probably draw first actually. Oh, definitely. Daily quest. Okay, so we definitely need to get an SMC on the table ASAP because we're considered tagged for the first ice we hit each turn, which means there's so much ice that ends the run hard. So like IP block, an issue, 3 cards in hand. We haven't considered that. I keep forgetting what we're doing. I'm not playing both of them. So I think we just draw this into this to ensure we get a card draw. All right, so this is Rozeki so far. But we need to contest this quickly because a lot of these decks, so much of their economy is tied up to this thing. We'll see. I would say they should have kept spin to deny you draw, but you did it for free. Did we get free card draw for free? I didn't actually realize. This could be like a fully operational list. That's actually really nice in Acme. It works gracefully with the ability. 1 card in hand. Everyone's a hater out here. Okay. We have a value engine. Using this to clear the tag is actually quite a good use of Deuce's Wild a lot of times. Thanks for kind words. Sorry, was AFK. No, it's good. You sang it. It's such a good video. Really huge fan of it. The whole like thing at the end where you're like trying to put the ice suite to each list, like that's a really good way of thinking about it. I like it a lot. Anacom into Deuces. We don't really want a card draw. We do want to get the Anacom down. We've played an event this turn though, so it's not like we don't necessarily have to put this down. I think we need to do SMC into Overclock. The issue though, if we hit like if we hit a data ward, it's like what, 7 credits on top of 4 credits? Like that's pretty bad. So I think we just want to hunker down for the credit war, the upcoming great credit war. I'm worried it's a Nick, what's it called? Yeah, Rashid and server 3. But their ice is just way too good. I don't know what our win condition is at this point. Is like just make sure we don't drown. We're gonna have to deal with the daily quest, but 17 credits, like I feel like we've just lost that. I don't think you can actually afford any of Acme's big ice yet. No, we really can't. Like, so I'm expecting IP block. That's fine. Paperclip gets it for 3. Data ward is a problem because it's 3 credits plus whatever, plus 7. So we definitely need to knife that. Sentry a Hydra is a nightmare. So we need Paperclip and Palanki and a knife. Challenge them. I can't. We hit a Hydra. We're just absolutely disgusting. Yeah, Ward and Hydra's such an issue, right? Like they res it for what, 5 credits? And then does 3 net damage. Yikes. Like we just can't. This is interesting because this means the like maybe it's Funhouse on the outside. Also, like we pay 4 credits, which is not the worst to hit an F2P. That's not too bad. The agenda suite of these decks, I don't know what it could be. I'm worried that maybe it's a bit faster. Like this is a nice ID to actually consider, like Validissa Burst skin. 5 cards in hand. I feel like we can work with that. Draw 3, game 3. Okay, so it could end with 5 cards in hand if we really wanted to. We're kind of at the point where the second prepaid is like looking good, but I feel like we've maybe that ship has sailed. So we're gonna get this no matter what, unless they res a Spin Doctor. So I feel like we would just draw in daily casts because we need to find, yeah, we need to find cutlery. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Hydra is a nightmare. Recurring credit usage not restricted. That's very kind. If you ever want a credit at any point during your turn, pro tip, just click on it. Just click on it. It'll give you the credit. You can have it. Not scoring. Server 3 also could just be defensive upgrades. Like they do get good value off of Mana Garm or Anoetic, like anything largely. This does look like a fully operational list. And we're going to get like blown out by that huge credit advantage. Luckily, we have a lot of money offshored in all these spots. Hedge fund for 9. Okay. Okay, again, we just want to get our breakers, Palongi, access to everything. Why don't you expose instead to take 3 credits? Because if we expose, we have to run. We're not going to get a lot of value off the running, David, because like we can't afford to face check. Like if we have the SMC to pull out a thing to deal with a Hydra, like we can't. So we want to set up. Because expose, and then if we run, like there's a chance that they just value hard-hitting news us, which is probably at that point, then we have to use the SMC for misdirection. It just doesn't get us a lot. Like we need to basically set up. Start with here. 5 credits. That's good. We want to get that thrown out. 5 cards in hand. Getting the simul chip on the table is okay. I don't think we really have a lot of options. That was actually a really good hand to consider double prepaid. No prepaid first. The bot ram says not to install the second prepaid, and I could see it. Like in terms of cards that cost that much money, maybe. But the fact that we play 3 sure gambles, maybe it's too late. I think if we committed to this on turn 2, we would be okay. At this point, I'm getting a bit more like nervous about it. We probably should have. The fact that we got these on turn 1 and turn 2, we probably should have played both of them. But now I feel like we're just sticking to our mistake. All right, we've drawn off that. I think we can just diesel. We want to throw this out. We can probably throw out the prepaid. That's quite good. So we can throw out 2 cards here, get a free card draw. So I'm just going to hit the telework. Again, we have to keep our money up if we want to interact with them. I'm throwing out the prepaid so we don't have to like look and regret it. Look with regret at what we've done. This is giving them like 15 cards. Jeeves. Wow, quadruple advance. Yeah. No. I'm not sure why they would ask for an action. Like, Clot only deals with something that's been installed that turn. I do think people forget that, though. The regret will come when you draw laundry. Yeah, I know, and the other 2 deuces wild. I hear you. Okay. 18 credits. With the Plonky down and access to Paperclip, we can consider running. If we hit a data ward, we'll just bounce, and then we'll knife. You have seen the plan. The plan has been written. You probably want to do both of these. We have 5 clicks. What? What is this? Okay. Cool enigma. I was very surprised to see an enigma. Remember how everything's a Hydra in this matchup? No, you were a coward. We'll break. Once you get DJ Valley, prepaid 2 will be good. Yeah, I know. It's only getting better. Steve, we'll do gamble. Yeah, don't make me feel bad about the sandbox. Damn. Okay, now it's 8 to 24. Now we do have access to misdirection in hand. We did run. Credit differential, not the best. With Unity, like face tanking with Unity, that's the issue now. Is like we can't install the paperclip because it's in the bin. So if we hit a barrier, we can't like Palongi paint it to pull out our paperclip. I'm pretty sure you can't do that. So like if we hit a Hydra, we have to commit to breaking with Unity, which is a nightmare. We prepaid for value, get a card draw. Last go we create a commission, which like loses us value off of the card draw. So the question is, do we want to click for 3 off telework, or do we want to install a card so we card draw? I actually think installing a card so we card draw is pretty sick. We could also run again for 2 credits, run HQ. That's not bad. I feel like we're gonna get a second ice here pretty soon. So those are 3 plays, I think. Run here for 2 credits, install a card to get a card draw, or hit the telework. Install for card draw, you think? You think, Thanos? I don't mind it. I'll probably put the SMC down. I mean, sorry, the simul chip. Actually, no, probably the SMC. Nah, I like this. But I feel like we could go HQ here. It's been many turns. Spin Doctor has fired on turn 1 with no filtering. So there's like we're gone through 20 cards of the deck. We've seen 2 agendas. There's likely another agenda in hand. And I think we'd rather snipe it here than server 3. So I don't know. Dirty Laundry's nice. Please don't talk about the second prepaid. Yeah, that was going to happen, right? And now they're actually going to get a relevant ability trigger. Oh, never mind. Okay. Now, do we Dirty Laundry Archives? Honestly, maybe. It's 4 credits on a card draw. Like, we don't get a relevant run, but I think that's pretty good. The issue is that Unity is really bad on its own. If we hit like a data ward, draw last click, no big deal. I think we will run Archives, unfortunately. We hit an F2P. Okay, cool. So we have the misdirection in hand. They have 3 cards in hand. We're not going to challenge the DQ. At this point, it doesn't matter. Well, it kind of matters. But again, if we hit a Hydra, like it's so bad. Like we need a paperclip. Like we basically need to find a way to we want to draw an overclock and we want to get our paperclip on the table. The fact that it's in here, actually we could in theory like simul-chip it in, which maybe isn't the worst. But that's the issue is like, okay, if we had a Palangi. Oh, this is neat. Like in theory, you could knife server 2, trash the Unity and simul-chip in a paperclip. Like you could do some stuff. Maybe we do trash it. Maybe you're right, actually. Yeah. Maybe we do trash it. I'm just kind of terrified that if we run this, it's really bad for us. If we SMC on the table that gets us Ika, I think we'll do that. And then, yeah, we have 5 clicks. We'll run server 2. But we're going to see a Hydra or a data ward. If it's an IP block, we're laughing. Yeah, it's a data ward. Okay. So we don't break this. I'd kill Jeeves. Tanuki, yeah, with this on the table, I think we'd kill Jeeves. Especially because they have 4/2s. Okay, so this we don't trash. I think here we just pay 3 credits and bounce. Because we definitely want to knife this. Like, I don't think we can pay 4 + 7 to do this once. Or actually, we probably just bounce and run Jeeves here. Because we're tagged, this ends the run. But yeah, we can't afford to break this more than once, so we'll run the Jeeves. And the last click, if we creative commission, we'll have hand size parity. Okay, it's F2P. We're considered tagged. So this is annoying. This is actually quite annoying. Last click is not the worst. Return a card to our hand? Is that bad? Huh. So like here we can simul-chip to trash the Unity, install a paperclip to break this. We get the paperclip on the table for 1 credit. We break this for 4 credits, so it's a 5 credit play. We trash the Unity though, which is a real cost. Or sorry, we trash SMC, I think. Because breaking this with Ika seems a bit bad. So we trash this, get on the table, break for 4, 5, then we break this for 10. We'd be down to 5 credits, and then we'd either creative commission last click or telework. I think we'd telework last click, so we can creative next turn with prepaid. Oh no, but then we get a card draw. Yeah, we probably do this. So I think we're gonna do it. Our cutlery is gonna be stretched really thin. Yo, Sansan, how's it going, y'all? Let's break it. And then I think we're gonna do this last click. Again, we have the misdirection in hand, so we're not too worried if we get hard hitting used. But for this, we get a card draw. I feel like that's probably fine. Overclock, nice. That's really good. And now we are threatening this with a knife, which is still going to be kind of expensive. Again, it's like 7 credits. With this, it's we get this for free. We get a card draw, so it's not too bad. Then we can shut this down. And again, if they have to res another data ward for 6, they have to res for 10 potentially a Hydra. Like yeah, maybe their money will evaporate. This also destroys. Oh, seamless launch. Okay, so they had the tech. I don't want the best. The sandbox here would be sick. Oh, it's a headline. Shit. If they all sing IS, we lose. If they all sing IS, we lose the game. We have no reaction. We lose the game if they all sing I. I think Beth is the best trash here because DJ Fenris is not going to get that much value. But if they all sing IS, we will lose the game on the spot. Now they had to use a seamless instead of triple advancing it. Yeah, the Beth. That makes sense. We can get that back into our deck with our Harmony, so that's okay. We still have a tag, though. We have to remember to clear that. Okay. Might just trash Fenris? I don't think so. With 3 ice on HQ, I don't think Fenris is going to be that impactful this game. Okay, so we're tagged. Cool. So we knifed server 2. We need 1 to trash this after the refund. It's 10 to go through this. Unless we take 2 tags. Hold on. Is it better to take 2 tags? So we take 2 tags. For first click, we run through here. We trash. What's the math? So we break this for, this is free. It draws us a card. We break this for 7. We have take 2 tags. Then we install this. And then we remove 2 tags for 2 clicks and 2 clicks. That's better than taking 3 off of this and spending 2. Yeah, then we're spending 5 and 1 click as opposed to spending 3 clicks and 2. I haven't seen ASI or Game Over in a long time. Oh, confirm DQ for money. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, actually, maybe that's better. Yeah, Town Drunk as well. Yeah, that's actually a fair bit better. We can just farm this. But we can't really farm because we have to clear the tags. So do we just pay 3? Farm this? Again, if we trash this, maybe we pay 3. We'll get the 3 back. Yeah, I think we'll just farm this and clear the tag last click. Maybe we draw deuces. We'll consider playing the deuces. Farming is weird. They don't get the money, which is really nice. Oh, geez. They don't get the money. But they can re-ice it. No, thank you. Oh, creative. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the tag before I get. So we can run this for 2 credits, 2 credits. That's not that much better than popping these. I don't think we run it. I think we'd actually trash it. Hold on. If we trashed it there and then we played creative commission, that's probably better. Hold on. Because then we get a draw. We're gonna trash it. I feel like we probably shouldn't have bounced off. Is this click worth 2 credits? Actually, yeah, it's probably worth. Oh, wait, we can't play it. Fuck. Dang it. Yeah, I realized this. How's it going, movie? Hold on. Whoops. It's weird how you can hit enter without hitting enter. Like, do we overclock that? Fuck it, whatever. We're just gonna hit this for 3. Okay, I goofed it. I did not consider it. That's fine. This isn't fine. You can play this next turn. Get a card draw. Pay it for 5 credits instead. It's maybe better in the long run. We'll see. But like, we really need to trash their ice because their ice is so good. If we can't trash it, we will not be able to make affordable runs. They're on game point 2. Install advanced events. Bologna is going to be a problem for us. Luckily, we have an overclock. They have 13 credits, so they can res like 1 big thing, 1 small thing. But we also need to get this back into our deck. With more seamlesses, like if they advance that once, we could lose the seamless. That creative commission is never getting played. It's another one. It's getting played. It's actually probably getting played now. No, that's not good. I think we just do telework, run server 3. I think so, yeah. Like if it's a Hydra, it's fine because we have Palangi paperclip. We've only seen 1 cutlery so far, yeah. So we need card draw. And then last click will creative. Unfortunately, well, not I guess the Anacom will draw, so you want to be a parody? No overclock here? Actually, overclock is a pretty good idea. I was too focused on creative commission. I think overclock is a really good idea. Yeah. I'm not going to take it back. I've been too sloppy the last couple turns. Yeah, I think the overclock is the right play. I was so convinced on playing this, but yeah, the overclock is likely to be better value because at least like we dump it to these so we actually gain money. We're not considered tagged on this, so this one's less impactful. It's just a maganet. Okay. Okay, no, it's fine. Overclock still would have been okay. But now we can just do this. Draw a card anyways. Harmony is okay. Again, we want to play that. Probably once we have a second piece of cutlery though, because cutlery seems so important in this matchup. And we'll bring the Beth back for sure. But this lets us pick 5 different cards and shuffle them into our deck and removes this from the game so we can't recur this endlessly. At some point when they do dip too low on credits, we could consider like smashing HQ to get like double gamble. I think, yeah, double gamble is an option. Oh man, my face. I don't know where to put this. I wish there was a way in JNet that I could have a box for this. What just happened? Oh, Jeeves for 3, install. Sick. We need to consider running this. They have 10, which means Hydra is like potential. So now we could consider overclocking server 3. I'm okay with that. We need to consider the rest of the turn. Probably we have to draw. So I think we'll draw once. Technically overclock draws. That's fine. I think we install this and then run. It does help with some of the higher code gates, but there's not that many high code gates. This doesn't change the break math for toll booths. I still think we'll do this though. Gives us some flexibility. This you have to host on things. So it's like not that good. I've seen very few people actually use Eka in their decks. Looks like it's probably a spin doctor that we trash here. If it's a Rashida, I'll be surprised, but likely a spin doctor. This will get us a card draw. Hopefully we can just play something so that we get a free card draw. So now this is still 2, and we can trash a Rashida. It's still free. Streamer option for J-Note, it would be really cool. That's a Regolith. Oh, that's good. That lines up. Oh, that's a perfect install here. I don't know if they're on hard-hitting news. We got our lat draw. We have 2 harmonies. Again, we need another breaker. Ideally, at this point, we put down a conduit and we just trash whatever's on R&D. Triple click on Jeeves. We got to keep running this, y'all. We have to keep running this. Draw once. That's our last click play. Oh, man, I want cutlery. What's the rest of our turn? This is last click. So I feel like we can draw once more. I don't think we dirty laundry server 3. We'd have 8 credits. Sorry, 9 credits because of the prepaid. Yeah, maybe we do dirty laundry server 3. The only thing that hoses us is border control. So much influence we've seen so far has been seamless for 2, Jeeves probably for free. So the magnets and seamless might just get them there. So like I'm worried about border control, which seems like a good card in the modern meta. Never like it wasn't. So I'm worried that the border control will eat our dirty laundry, but we could consider border control here. Oh, there's a Hydra. That's fantastic. Because we actually only break this for 5 credits. And they spend a lot. They might have a CVS at some point. Like we have to watch out for that. Because if they have sandbox, they're very likely to like that could be a CVS and then maybe they purge through this. We'll make this a barrier. Unfortunately, we can't trash it. We'd love to be able to trash it. We're gonna have 3 credits, which is good to trash about just about everything besides Jeeves. I reckon that's in the server. Unless they res a Managarm or something. Sheet is sick. Last click. Perfect recovery. Don't have too many cards in hand. Going to throw out. Do we throw out the second harmony? I think we might have to. What do you throw out here? I'm not sure if we need to play the misdirection, but I appreciate the option. I think it's either the misdirection or the harmony, like 100%. You think I think it might be the second harmony. I'm just worried. Like this is the one matchup, but maybe we harmony the harmony as one of the cards. Yeah. This is basically a pad campaign, which is still quite powerful considering now every time we have to run this, and now it's much harder. Second harmony, then recur. Okay. So here, like we can consider trashing the Jeeves. If we trash the Jeeves, there's almost no way they can score out of 5-3. But F2P, like how do you, we need to draw into breakers. We'll draw 3 off of this. We need to draw, into cutlery. I think we have to draw. Good. So we can consider forking this. We still have to break it, and we don't have access to Plongi. Just kidding. They could double seamless the score. It's like super unlikely with 21 cards in R&D. They could. They could do triple seamless. No, they can. They can't. Oh, they can. Yeah. Focus for Hydra off a simulchip Plongi clip break. Yes. I think we install the Plongi. Fork this. This is 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think that's our play for sure. Yeah, we don't want to fork this. We'll fork this for sure because this remote server is pathetic. Simulchip Plongi? I don't think we have the simulchip Plongi. I think we just play Plongi, right? And I think we trash this Plongi. Or do you not trash the Plongi? I think you don't trash the Plongi, right? Like you keep the extra Plongi just so that you have something to easily trash if you need to. I don't think you trash the Plongi for no reason. Because whenever you install a program, you can trash any amount of programs. I don't think we should trash it. The question though is if we have, is 8 credits enough? It's 5 for this, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess so. But like our money is low. So this will trash the first sentry we break. If we give it another type, it doesn't lose its type, it gains it additionally. Trashy Plongi means you can harmony it back. Interesting. Streamer insight. At this point, we can't trash Regolith. We could trash just Rashida. We could steal an agenda if it's not a Bologna. But our money is like getting taxed. We got all our money like really front loaded in this. Whoop. This one. Spin can't trash it. They don't have to trash it. They didn't realize it. They trashed it. Sick. We only have 1 credit. Got them. They have 5 cards in hand, so we can just click for a credit here. We will have more credits next turn. But yeah, in terms of our like burst economy, the fact that we can't Steve Cambridge that easily, luckily their money's not that good. Like we've played both our teleworks, we played 3 gambles, we've played 3 creative commission. It's all downhill from here. He says, envious at all the Rizekis in the world. Okay, thank you. Oh, Cass is cute. Yeah, we're at the point where we definitely need a harmony for cutlery and for just like economy. Yeah, harmony can pull back. Yeah, it will. 7 cards left too. Wow. 5 credits. Like, I don't know what they can install here. F2P is kind of annoying. F2P is actually pretty annoying. But like our money is not good. I think we harmony click 1. Like that's wild. And then hopefully draw something we've harmonized. But like we are, yeah, we need to get a conduit down. The second prepaid would have went a long way. I know it would have been really quite good. It actually would have been really quite good. I stuck to the game plan on the deck list way too. The fact that we draw 2 on like turn 2, you definitely should play it. Don't at me. Harmony the prepaid? No, I'm not doing that. I think we start here and then we can diesel into our economy. Okay, this is important. So we have to do, I think, knifed and forked. Then unfortunately we have to do the harmony. So then from that point on, I think we do Beth is not looking that hot right now. I think we do creative telework, probably. Like that's the most money on a single card. Okay. Oh, we don't draw because it removes itself from the game. I totally forgot that. Yeah, this RFGs itself. So we don't actually trash card. So we don't get our Anacom. That means in theory, not that I want to dirty laundry archives. We could diesel. Man, I hope they overextend, but every agenda they have is going to be tempo positive. It's really frustrating. This whole agenda suite, I don't like it. Like I thought when they scored agendas, they'd be behind. That's what we agreed to in Netrunner. We had rules. I'm just going to install this and click for 2 credits so that we get a card draw, I guess. Oh, okay. I wouldn't have been excited to draw that this turn. Shit! Overclock may have been worthwhile. I think Overclock actually is better than a lot of the burst economy that we might have shuffled back. It's better than Gamble. Because we don't want to install cards. We just want it to run cheap. I think we have to pivot to a conduit. Like I think it's our only option. Draw 4. Oh, okay, no, we're good. We got some. We have them. We found them. That's ugly. Yikes. He thought. First tempo positive agenda. That's an interesting option. Grim. Sorry. Dirty laundry archives. Like we get dirty laundry R&D. We'd have 5 credits, which means we can break most everything besides what's it called, data ward, which would be a disaster if we lost all the money tied up onto this. We still have 3 cutlery and 7 cards. Wow. I think we have to go archives. Like we just have to. Oh, we didn't even put the Palangi back in. That's an ugly run. 5th tempo positive option. Enough is enough. There's a lot of them. There is a lot. I'm just clicking for credit. Throwing this out. Drawing a good card. Yes. Ah. This is such a struggle. We should have ignored the remote server, I think, and pivoted to R&D maybe a year ago. Because now with 19 credits, I don't know. Like this deck can only run, besides tomorrow's headline, only tempo positive agendas, right? Like it's 3, but Bologna's technically tempo positive, right? Bellona, Offworld. Is HQ juicy? It likely is. They hit a spin and didn't score, so I think it likely is. And it's been many turns, so we've seen 6. They have gone through what, 30 cards, and we've only seen 6 points. And Spin Doctor has never been used to recycle agendas, so I would say chances are high. I guess we just overclock server 3 if it's a data. What did they shuffle back? The data ward. Shit, that's bad. I didn't pay enough attention. Hold on. Data ward and regolith. Remember when it was a 4-2 that gave 1 credit to train for 10 turns? Man, that felt better for the runner. Pad tap. Just kidding. Dirty laundry server 3. I think we might want to overclock server 3. Again, if it's a data ward, we could consider, I don't know. There's half our deck is cutlery, right? Like that's the thing. I just feel like they're just dragging us into the remote server. Like they understand that we're going to lose if we play their game. Like we have to make them play our game. IP block. Oh, never mind. Our game's sick. We have to break this. We can't trace it because we're considered tagged. So you could trace it. It's just still going to end the run. This is not an agenda. There's no way this is an agenda. Luckily, this run is entirely free. Minus the click. Don't consider it. Last spin doctor. That means that they're shuffling no agendas. Unless this last card in archives is agendas. Unless they pull back this last spin doctor, which they did. Okay. So HQ is probably stacked. We have the knifed in hand, which is worth blind knifing HQ to a large extent. I would love a telework here. We don't have one. Beth actually looks good suddenly, but such is life. We have remote lock. Technically, we do have remote lock. I don't think we can afford remote lock infinitely. I'm worried at some point they're going to purge, and then like, it's not that awkward for us actually. So they have 7 cards in hand. It's going to be hard to hit lat. I want to see them overextend here, and then maybe we conduit the remote. But I do think they have about 9 points in hand. Credit. This card. Okay, good enough. Can harmony for Palangi? Yeah, eventually. I don't want to harmony though until we play like another piece of cutlery. Oh, if purge, it's okay. We will simulchip for it first, and then we'll consider doing it. In fact, we don't want to harmony for it just so that we have technically a simulchip target, but you could trash this if you haven't trashed something. Okay, so now besides the Bologna tech with the Jeeves, like actually is kind of real. Like it's either we trash Jeeves or we have to run this and hope it's not a Bologna. A million turns ago, Nikes, you gotta, I'm a human man. I have pride. You can't. Okay, that's good. The second prepaid would have been sick. Don't even. It would have been like a lot of money. But Bahram told me not to do it. All right, Functor, they got something in server 3 again with Jeeves. Install advanced seamless is like a problem. Sorry, advanced seamless is a problem. So overclocking server 3 seems okay. We could also consider overclocking the Jeeves, but then this is still an issue down the line. I wonder if it's actually better just to overclock this. We would break this for free. We would trash it for 5 out of pocket. We also could just like, I don't know. And then we wait for them to double advance this. What do you do here? Or do you just like knifed R&D go? Maybe we just focus HQ. Like if we can start running HQ consistently, like I think there's agendas in there. And then once we run HQ consistently, like maybe we want to beta run so they res something big. And then at that point we can knifed it. And then we'll start getting our triggers from DJ Fenris, which seems pretty good. Yeah, I'll just go HQ, honestly. It's been a minute. Got to be a bit unpredictable. Got to zig when they think you're gonna zag. I think we just spork the remote. I don't know. Because they might just not res. And then I guess we get the IP block. Okay, well they're playing against the cutlery really well if they're putting the IP blocks out front. That means the data ward here is not that bad. So that's actually good for us. Macrophage. Oh. I guess we let that fire. Even cutlery we draw versus Anacom and hopefully get a train going. Yeah, no, you're right. I just don't like blind cutlerying when they have control over what they can and can't res. Interesting thinking. All right, so this has some teeth. The purge doesn't give them value besides, well, it clears that, obviously value. The trash a virus we're fine with. The remove a virus from heap from the game, we care about that. But if they trash this virus, we actually can pull back one of them with lat. So I think we'd let this fire for sure. We don't need it for this run. We would only need it if there's a Hydra on the table. With 10 credits, like it's getting, and if they boost the trace, it's less likely. So if they purge here, they don't get that much value. Is it worth spending 3 for the Palangi? I don't think so. Which one is this? A successful trash a virus. So do we spend 2? Honestly, the one in the heap is kind of more important. I think we might spend 3 to keep the Palangi. Oh, wait, no. Oh, hold on. Whoa. Hold on. I forgot it was purged. No, you let him trash that. And then we just simulchip it back. Yeah, I don't need that. That goes. Sorry. This one we will pay. Because if they remove it from the game, not only do we have like Steve Cambridge option here. So by the end of the turn, like we're going to run again. So we're going to just simulchip for a Plonky back and they've trashed the card. Yeah, you don't do what we did there for a second. Oh, we don't boost this. So that actually wasn't that bad. This is 3, right? Hit a Bologna. Steve Cambridge ability. Okay, we got some choices here. We're looking at Simulchip, sorry, Plongy, but that's fine. I don't think we need to do that right now. Deuces is fine. Overclock is actually really good for the remote server. I think that's better than Gamble. I think we'll do overclock for the remote server. Or we could do Gamble, the overclock in hand. I think that's fine too. Yeah, it's definitely econ. The question is whether it's sure Gamble or whether it's overclock. I think it actually might be sure Gamble because we have an overclock in hand. No, we want to overclock HQ next turn. So we'll do overclock. I like running. We're going to hit here like a Bologna. Oh, you see, there's agendas in there. Oh, we found another overclock. Just kidding. That's ours. Okay. 10 credits. I think we just overclock server 3. It's really bad if we have to cutlery it. But I think we have to overclock server 3. This will draw us a card. Yeah, you can overclock HQ over and over for a couple turns, yeah. And now this doesn't matter. Yeah, there you go. There's the data ward. So this is bad. Here we just pay 3 credits. They're on 4 credits now. They still can threaten the score out, which is like the big issue. Because they can still do triple advance. So I think, we have to do the math here. But here we can pay 3 credits. We don't have to pay to simulchip in something. Because we definitely need to knife this. The question is, does it make any sense to go through all of this? No, it doesn't. Pay 3, I think we pay 3 in bounce here. And we just pay off of this. There's no way. But this is annoying. We'll draw a card here. That's not particularly good. Now, if we go back in, that's the issue is I don't think we have enough money because we'll be on 12 credits. We'll run this. We could take the tag. No. IP block now is only 2 credits to break. No, but if we trash this, it'll be on the outermost. So it's actually 3 to break. So this is 3, 4, 5. This is 7. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then this is 13 and then 14, 15, 16. So I don't think we actually can afford to run this. So we lose to exactly Beal. What's it called? Beal into thing. So I think if anything, we might want to just overclock server 4. We overclock simulchip for thing, get through that. I think we have to overclock server 4. Maybe there's an option that we dirty laundry archives. Thinking, damn it. Yeah, laundry first. So we laundry first will be on 16. And then at that point, we have to knife. Will be a 15. We trash this for 3 + 7. So it'll be on 10. Then we can do everything, but we can't steal Bologna. And the threat is that this is a Bologna. In theory, the threat could be a Beal, but I'd be surprised. I'm pretty sure it'd be a Bologna. So I think we actually just get rid of the Jeeves and force them to have double seamless, if anything. And then we just lose to that eventuality. So we trashed a card. So this is what we want to do anyways. Barrier's the cheapest, right? It actually might not be. No, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I thought there's a chance Unity would be better, but at 4 strength it would be. It would be 3, but at 5 strength it's 4. Last click we install a card, we draw a card. Yeah, I think that's worth doing. Sick. No, that's bad. That's not a good draw, but it's okay. We had to get through that anyways. The last 2 cards, Econ FTP. I don't think Econ FTP is good. Right? Like we definitely wanted to use our simulchip anyways. I guess we didn't have to do that to run, but Econ FTP, what are we paying for that privilege? Right? Like it's 2 to host, 2 to pump, 2 to break. So you're paying 2, 4, 5, 6. Ah, shit. Do they have double seamless? No. Purge. Okay. I'll take it. We lost our Palangi here. That's fine. They got 4 too, which now means HQ runs are actually a bit more impactful. That's interesting. Whoa, that's actually quite interesting. Okay. So with 5 credits, they could resume macrophage on R&D, which we'd have to boost 1 to 2 the trace. I step away for dinner. We're still in the game. Yes, Olimir, I know we are. Not everyone brainstorms us. All hail Acme. I want to get the conduit down. I don't think we can afford it. Now the trace 4 on this is actually relevant, as long as money's relevant. But running R&D seems okay. I don't think we want to blind knifed it, because again, if we want to knifed anything, it would be like a data ward, because then we can remote lock. We could consider like dirty laundering R&D. I think 8 credits is probably enough to get through whatever garbage they have. Unless it's a macrophage. I think we actually just like dirty laundry archives, unfortunately. Maybe I'm a coward. Oh man, what about if we had two prepaid voice pads? Telework is good. There's another Jeeves in there. Yeah, this, oh my god, it's 10:30. I don't know if we have time to build a deck. We're gonna run R&D. We have news? I can't believe we can, another game. Yeah, okay. 5 credits. If they res here, it's pretty good for us. It's just the macrophage is an issue, but okay, that's fine. I'd love to get a conduit down. I just don't know if we're gonna afford to play the conduit and pressure. Rashida. Yeah, we can't let them have that. So we run back as 3. I don't think we run back. I think we hit this just so also we can get a card draw and the credits per turn. Okay, that's good. I guess. Kind of, yeah. No, it's not that good. That's annoying. We could use it to paint this as a sentry. Quick sneeze in the West. This is annoying because with seamless, this could be anything. It's an austerity policy. Fascinating. All right, so we know we don't have to run remote for at least a turn. We only have 3 clicks, which we have to remember. It's 2 to host, 3 to break with Ika. Is it? Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's not too bad. Conduit Knifed R&D looking juicy. It's looking really good here. You're totally right. I think we do Conduit Knifed R&D. With 3 credits, they could res maybe an Enigma here. Yeah, I like it. We're giving up on this remote server, but hopefully, like, if this, it's probably an HQ anyways. I don't know. Let's go. Continue counter. We have to break all the subroutines. Not that we weren't. That gets trashed. We only have 4 credits. We do have access Palangi though, so like at 3 credits, I don't think there's anything we can't break for 4. GFI, whoa, that's huge. Because we get another run here, we can see 2 cards. Again, they didn't res last turn. We could have it here. We don't have Bologna credits. That's the only bummer, but it looks like this might not be a Bologna deck. Austerity, okay. Daily quest. Okay. All right. Lat, free card draw. Ah, we have no cards. Okay, so they definitely want to hit this. They probably want to click for credit. We haven't seen any ice so far. So I don't know what they could res here. We have 2 cutlery in hand. The issue is like we need a telework probably. I think we might just do telework, conduit. Hope for the best there. Or telework, conduit, knifed. I forgot that these cost more, like literally cost more. Actually, it's probably a good turn to Harmony Air Therapy because then we can ensure that our deck is sick. The issue is that they can score next turn from hand, right? So it's either we win here or we lose here. So this is really important. Okay. Win is probably HQ. Yes. And I don't think we have to worry about Bologna anymore. So we got to figure out what we can do here, right? This is 3 credits. This is 2 credits. It's technically 3 credits. This is 6. And we also have to deal with this. Like they can boost the trace to end the run. I don't think we can afford to go HQ. So with 11 cards left, if we force them to spend money off the conduit ice, like there's a chance they just literally can't score out. So I think we start with conduit always, because I think 4 credits, there's nothing we can't break, right? Like the most expensive is probably F2P on this credit count. If it was a macrophage, they would have resed it last turn. 13 points in R&D, likely another 2 or 3 in HQ. Yeah, we open with conduit for sure. The thing is, like, if they res an ice here, it's very unlikely that they can score it from hand. But next turn, they can click this to make us click to fire it. I think we have to start with conduit. And with the issue, though, is like, I'm hoping they're not on Bologna. Yeah, we have to count. So what's the suite? Say they're on 2 foods, that's 6. Then it's 3 of these, so that's another 6. That's 12. 3 of these is 18, and then 19, 20 in Tamara's headline. Yeah, I would assume it's not. F2P's the worst. Yeah, but F2P's fine. Like we can just simulchip, Palangi, paperclip it, and then at that point we can get another run. And oh, technically it would bonk the conduit because conduit checks on successful run. Telework first? I don't want to telework first because I think we can just dig deeper, especially if they can't run. Like this is fine. This is totally fine because now we can telework after. We can still break this. In fact, we have to. Well, we definitely have to. But now they can't score out a hand next turn, I don't think, unless something wild happens. Barrier. So we have exact money here. We're going to see 2 new cards because they didn't draw. So DQ, we knew that. Hedge fund. Hydra, shit. We'll use that. They might purge next turn. And if they purge, they don't hit this, which is like a mixed metaphor. We definitely hit this. There is a chance that we harmony for 1. Do we harmony? The fact that it doesn't draw is just such a bummer. We can't get a free card draw. Ah, I don't want a Harmony. I think we want to click for credit. Harmony for 1 is too expensive right now. Am I wrong? Like, I want to make sure we have 4 credits so we can like run this. But they have a really interesting fork between Purge and Austerity. I'm like pretty convinced they will Purge. So we have to think, what will we do if they Purge? If they Purge, we're going to be at a really bad board state, so we'll need Harmony at that point. So I do think we play Harmony here. Because next turn, if they don't Purge, we can still telework run R&D once, at least. Click for credit seems good. I don't know. If they Purge, you should run HQ. That's true, but like, how do we run HQ? This for 3, this is an issue. They might have a sick-ass turn. Roggy, is there something? Shit. MCA, Purge, install MCA, click MCA. Oh, they have that option. You're right. Oh, that's really disastrous if they do find that line. You're right, because we know they have the MCA in hand. But they could MCA, trigger it, Purge, and yeah, oh my god, that would be a sick kickflip. Oh, that would be so good for them. Ah, shit. I hope they do that, because that's a really good line. I think we're clicking for credit. I don't know. I'd have to spend long to think about that, and it's kind of hard right now. But there's a chance that it was right to play this. Don't talk about the second prepaid. Kickflip has really spread as a term. It's really good. Oh, they just purged. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. Oh, man. Damn. That's good for us, obviously. But they just purged. So that means we can consider our lines. We have 4 clicks. We can either contest this, feels bad. We can test HQ. Now, if we want to spoon this, we have no more Palangis, and we have no ability to get Palangis unless we Harmony AR Therapy for it. We know the next card on R&D is, I think, a hedge fund into Hydra. Cards in HQ are very likely, so the win condition seems to be on HQ. The issue is like we have to deal with this trace 1 when they're gonna have 9 credits when this trace 4 fires. So we need 3 for this, 2 to 3 for this. So we're already in a really bad spot. They would have found the line if you take longer to think about the last click. Yeah, maybe that's the reason you pressure them. Ah, shit, y'all. I think at this point we prepaid and bunker up. Like we prepaid for overclock. Sorry, we Harmony for overclock. We draw, we hit this. Okay, we just need to take everything that will let us contest the remote server. Is it worthwhile to use Spoon to eat the Enigma on HQ? No, I don't know. I think we would consider spooning the Macrophage, honestly. But we have to like Palangi it. Okay, so we need gas. Can they score next turn? No, because they did an austerity. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, they can. What are we thinking? Wait a second. Yes, you're right. We have to. I think we just threw the game. They can score next turn. What are we doing? What are we doing? They can score next turn. We're harming for first click? You are a moron. Unless we top deck an overclock, I think. Is this up to 5 cards? Up to 5 cards. Yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah, they can actually score from hand. But if we had an overclock here, can we just overclock HQ? I missed a sandbox trigger. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think I did too. If we top deck the overclock, so we do this draw, and then we overclock HQ, I think that's our best chance. Is that we just only shuffle an overclock back into our deck. It's really weird that we spent 2 clicks and 2 credits to gain 5 credits and a run. Actually, it's not too bad. But I think our only chance right now is overclock. Hit this, draw the overclock, overclock HQ. And even then, like we'll be on 6 credits. We'll have to pay for the overclock, so we'll have roughly 10 credits. This is 3. Ugh. Hopefully we can force the trace math. Yeah, I'm just doing it. I don't think we have. This game's been too long. Done. Okay. Go, gadget, run. Wish us luck, y'all. I did none of the math. Have to break this, not a consideration. We just need to make sure we have 2 for the Enigma. We don't care about that last separate team. Find Acme game a bit torturous? Yeah, it is. It is torturous Glacier. At least you save credit on Enigma. Tell me about it. Wait, can we consider breaking it? It's probably not that bad. Thinking. What's up with the second prepaid play, Andre? Rick, come on. You're killing me out here. All right, so this is 3 credits to boost. So we can actually do credit, break the end the run. And then we still have 2 left over. Yeah, we can do it. We can do it. Oh, we can do more than that. I just don't think it matters. So we'll just break the end the run. Yeah, okay. I forgot we had money on this. And then we just pay through this. Yeah, we have it. We have a good access here. Yeah, I forgot. Unity's actually not that bad at this. Like I was considering plunging this. No, Unity. What are you talking about? This will give them money, but I think we lose next turn anyways. Oh wait, purge. Yeah, but the purge doesn't matter. They have 5 credits. They have enough to score at next turn anyways. The purge doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. 1 credit, 3 strength. Pog. Yeah, I know. Instead of click draw knifed HQ, we're gonna lose, and like the credit could matter. I didn't do the math well, but I thought we had to trace this. So the credits really mattered in my mind. I forgot we could break this pretty efficiently. Like 3 to break the end of the run on this is fine. But I'm pretty sure like this is our last click of the game, so I don't care to knife something. I just care to get an access, and I guess a Steve trigger. That's cool. Whoa, not you. Come down now. 1. Break. And the run. The other one doesn't matter. Better not be Bologna. They're not on Bologna. They're on this agenda. Steve Cambridge ability. Stop it. Give us the finale we deserve. Yeah. I think it's creative. It's the only card we can play. We only have a single overclock. Good game. That's one of the few cards we knew in hand too. Better, yeah, jeez. It was a game. We did not play it optimally. Imagine we played the second prepaid. We'd be unstoppable. Hey, good game. That was a tense one. How many HQ there? I wonder what how dense HQ was. No more. Oh, ooh. It was a 1 in 5. Dang. I thought it'd be more. Cool. Well, thanks for the game. That was great. Apologies that it took us so long, huh? So much math, yeah. Hey, cheers. It's freaking. Oh, that's very good. Okay, cool. All right, we got some news. That was a really good game. Sometimes you don't get it. I don't think we played all the optimal lines. Like, call me out in the YouTube comments respectfully if you missed something. Obviously, the second prepaid would have been absolute hot fire. Give Baram shit for that. Not my fault. Okay, this is actually really big news. I just think remote teardown would have been an okay line and theme before the deck. It might have been okay, but like we had to spend so much money and like doing that over and over again that I don't think we could have afforded it in the long run. Like I do think maybe pivoting earlier and just doing that to R&D might have been the right play, just because then they can't really jam out with the threat of the conduit building. So I feel like maybe we mismanaged the pressure a bit, but you're right to some extent. It's just like unfortunate that it's still 10 credits before the knife to get through a data ward, you know? And you can't overclock that at the same time. Real quick, this is a huge update, but it's on the same article like the fire back from 0304, is that the Midnight Sun booster pack is now out. Print on demand now exists. So you have a couple links here: standard quality, premium quality, and make playing cards and drive-through cards. I don't know if it's changed, but what Nisei classically has said is that Nisei, and again, Nisei is a non-profit, so it's not like they're making money off this, but they're using the money to reinvest into the rest of everything they do. I do think that they get a better cut from drive-through cards. So if you have an option, and drive-through cards generally works better. Now, at the time of the last order from Nisei, for a Canadian, drive-through cards was actually quite bad because they either use UPS or USPS, I forget, whichever one's bad, and you get hit by customs, and it's really, really expensive in terms of shipping. I know this was brought up last time for some other people who are ordering stuff from drive-through, and drive-through said that they would like reassess that. I don't know if they've changed that yet, so I'll maybe look into it. But those are your two options. Drive-through cards is better for Nisei, but if you're Canadian, make playing cards sometimes is better. Way better cut for DTC. Cat, sorry? Way better cut for DTC. I think I did a remote teardown. Excuse me. I probably would have forked into R&D and spammed as many accesses via conduit as possible. Oh, did we have that line right there? I don't know if we had the line. Because we still have to break the thing. And so we had to pay 2 credits. Actually, I didn't even consider that. But you're right. The forked, we'd pay for 1 credit. We'd have to Ika the thing and break it. That honestly maybe wasn't the worst. So it would be like, what? 2 to host. So it's 7 credit play. So we needed 6 credit play. So we were on 4 credits. So we had to do credit. And then the first one gets a counter, but doesn't get a. So we would actually seen, I think, 2 new cards off of R&D. Honestly, not the worst. I thought HQ would be a bit more stacked considering how heavily they drew. I'm actually surprised they had one agenda. So it's kind of in like retrospect that seemed better, but I'm not sure statistically whether that was the right play. Oh, way better cut for drive-through cards. Excuse me. Nisa gets way more money if you order from DC. Okay, so that still stands. So if you can't do drive-through cards, maybe the shipping is not that much more expensive. Apologies if I'm comparing my thriftiness to the cut Nisa gets, but I know sometimes it's not easy. Just look into it. I ordered from DCC in January to Ottawa. Did the USPS shipping? It was reasonable. Oh, it's good to hear. Work on pretty much the same as NPC. Okay, Burden. Sick. Good to know. Really, really good to know. Has anyone ordered from drive-through cards and then later or earlier from make playing cards and like, is there like a very different quality that like is obvious if you play without sleeves or something? Not that I really do anymore. Has anyone seen Haha Carl? I don't know what that is. On top of that, obviously free print and play. I think I'm surprised that they used to say free. I thought they used to say like pay what you want, but free is like basically that plus plus. And online. And this is a really fun thing. I thought I saw this here. Wasn't there a thing here that is like, does booster mean something? And they're like, does booster mean? I thought I saw something. I'm pretty sure I clicked on something. And I was like, yeah, this. No, hold on. There was like a button here that said booster doesn't mean randomized car packs. Cause this might be confusing because it's called Midnight Sun Booster Pack. Did I make that up? I'm convinced I saw that on an Issei page and I was like, that's really cute. Oh, maybe it's here. Also on this page, you get to see, I think you get to see, yeah, this is the one I think I'm thinking of. You get to see what the like non-full art versions of Azef protocol is. And actually like there's parts of the art that are covered by the thing, like this whole buggy here, you don't see that much. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Does booster mean randomized? Which is actually like a really like salient question. No, it's not. Which like, I'm glad somebody asked and answered that question. That's actually pretty reasonable. But yeah, is this the only way to get the cards? No. I'm not paying 5 for end the run at 4 strength. Looking at you, Ballista. What? Buff shark? I don't. Pink shark? Is that Haha Carl? I don't know what's happening. Anyways, it's out. You can get it. I have no doubt if you're in Montreal and you're interested in getting these, we have a Slack channel. If you're part of it, I'm hoping that we'll do a group order. Oh, ha Carl. Haha Carl. Okay, I see where it's going. Yes. We still haven't played with that one. Another quick update. Nisei, meet the executive team. I don't think it's a new executive team, is it? Is it? I think it is. Who assumed position. All 3 VPs have now been appointed. So this is new. So there's an article introducing some of the Nisei executive team. There's 3 interviews here. First is from Swery Princess, Serenity Westfield, VP of Engagement, answering some questions going back to how they played all the way back from ONR. Good stuff. Second, Kevin Tame, VP of Product. You actually might know Kevin Tame's art, specifically if you've been playing for a while, showing the orbits of Kevin's actual wallet, I'm pretty sure. That's Kevin's face. You probably see Kevin's art on stuff before. I believe this is his art for the Titan Transnational. He also did the not jailbreak, the Bravado art, and I have a bunch of Kevin Tames around the apartment. I've met him in person. He's a nice guy. He's VP of Product. Good stuff. And then finally, Carl Golden Rubyfish Barber, VP of People. Again, Nisei is an organization. They're often looking for people to help out in a lot of ways. Even if you don't think you're qualified or you're particularly good at anything or as a person in general, still reach out. There's probably something you can help with at a minimum. But that's sick. So check that out if you want. I have cards from both. The color of the backs are different. Oh, good to know. Okay. Can't justify the postage for just the booster pack, but we'll probably add it to the Borealis orders when the time comes. Yeah, Macaroni. Well, that's the thing too, if you'd like. Like, I know I'm more familiar, as it's obvious, with the Make Playing Cards community, but if you are buying for Make Playing Cards and you think buying just a booster doesn't make a lot of sense, there's a lot of other things you can add to your order from Nisei specifically. Like, I believe you can get the what's it called? The prize support, I think. I don't like this website. Yeah, so you can get like the recent, hold on, I'll get there. Game night kit pack, I believe that's here. Yeah, there's game night kits. You can get those if you'd like. On top of that, there's a lot of people that have their own stores up on Make Playing Cards. Like Kizra's are generally around. Apparently the search items doesn't work. So, oh, here we go. So like you can search somebody else and get their stuff too. So maybe you want to make a deal out of it and be like, oh, I want some of Kizra's Alt Art Variety Pack. If you search Netrunner, you see a lot more stores. But basically, if you were worried about just ordering whatever, like, what is it, 21 cards, maybe you can add more to make it a bit more substantial. Carl's also niche, but decent way to reset Gatekeeper. Pricey to res although. Yeah, I'm not convinced. Like, I think Carl, you need to de-res something good for it to be like really worth it, unless you really love face check brain damage, which could be relevant out of faction. But yeah, it's kind of hard. You can foil them, right? Yeah, I guess you can. I wonder what the cost is to foil these. Please work. This website is great. Might do that. It's been suggested to me that I should be organizing a tourney anyways. Suggested to you. How do you foil these? How do I choose the foiling nature? I honestly don't know. This website, I don't. Oh, because I linked to the standard thing. So I think custom tin for poker bridge. What is cool? Cool. All right. I think that's the news. Yeah, that's largely the news. It's like 11 o'clock. Does anyone have a revolver deck just so that the title isn't illegal? Because otherwise, like, I'd wanted to build an as. I'll promise to do it next week and we'll have it pre-built so we can like go right into it. Hold on. I want to buy Nisei playmats. Yeah, I don't know if you can do that. I know that you can buy the kits from the Nisei website, and I'm not sure where they come from. They might be from drive-thru, but those have playmats in them. But I'm definitely can't do it there. There's no revolver in this deck. Yeah, what's a revolver deck look like? Cards used. Okay. Broco Noco? Good name. All right. Why not take Geist as and just throw a revolver in it? That's kind of what we wanted to do. Honestly. Why does the as not show? Oh, it's right there, yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll see if we can do it. I haven't built around revolver yet. Just kind of throw it in there. Yeah, I don't think it's a card you want to build around. I think specifically in like as you have a lot of those engines so that it's easy. Oh, that's startup. So it's like really easy for you to just put it in there. But like you need like I think it's a sort of card that works really well with the trash can package, right? I have a pretty basic deep dive into deck with revolver. Oh, I totally forgot that shaper deck didn't have a revolver in it. I mean, sorry, deep dive. Doesn't seem strong enough to really build around. Yeah, it's not. Hey Pat, 6-shooter, are we watching the excellent Martin McDonough short film tonight? Deep cut, bro. I don't know. Oh, it's a Tau deck with deep dive. I want to save deep dive for another night. Maybe. I appreciate it though. I'm not a big deep dive fan, I don't think. Do we have okay, what's the other card called? Tech dealer? How technical writer? What's the card that pays you every time you play trash can? Street dealer, street peddler, technical writer, technical trader, tech trader. Oh, it's just a matter of time. Got there. Thanks, Kat. I think Vladgrid plus Seamless is worth trying. I built a Jemison deck with it, but never fired when I play it. I enjoyed the bit of Labadissa Bursk we played, but I like to play it in just like Honest Glacier. All right, it's another Bahram. Maybe we make a Bahram special out of this. Where did it go? Okay, let's just see what we have. This is Proco Noco. Doomrat has Revolver, 2 falsified credentials, 2 deep dive, Beth, Light the Fire, 3 Proco. I feel like we played against this deck. I think we definitely played against this deck. We played against a Proco deck and a single Light the Fire. I'm pretty confident we did. I don't know if we played against Doomrat, but I feel like we played against that last week or the week before. fake-Geist may already be in your lists. Oh, like I've done it? I know we played as like a while ago, but we played like a startup. We played a startup as I'm just gonna search McCaffrey. This is the one that's called as. This is not Tech Trader. This is just like kind of good stuff. Hardware as. Okay, we know where that's going. Yeah, I don't think we did. I'm not sure we did. Okay, from Cyborg to Hulkbuster. This is not Tech Trader. It's just good stuff. Okay. Greed Bop. Now we're getting here. Abigail, Bagalter, Mockler. So we have 3 simulchip. This is probably closer to where we want. We have 3 technical trader, 3 tech writer. Oh, this is Sebastian Kays. Yeah, we definitely played this. I love this deck a lot. We saw Sebastian play our world. It's playing this like incredibly greedy deck. Yeah, we played this at the deck list of the week. So it's not in our deck lists. This is within JNet. So okay, that's a good idea. We'll just start there. Okay, 4-3 at Worlds. Let's go. Undefeated in JNet Casual. Okay, the question is, can we get away with a single Revolver? And honestly, there's a chance that we can't. Because this deck is playing actually Begalter, and that's meant to be like our permanent solution breaker. So there's a likeliness that we're going to need more slots for this, because I think our simul chip is actually taxed out on other things. But maybe we can just try that. Maybe this is actually just cheaper in the long run. We have a single Revolver, we have 3 simul chips, we have the back, Tech Writer, Tech Trader. Yeah, maybe we'll be fine, because I don't think our simul chips are used for that much else besides the bankrolls. Lucky Charm X2 seems unnecessary. Oh, yeah, very much. That is a slot out. So we could still play Begalter, but I think we just play a second Revolver for fun. Maybe a single Mutual Favor. I don't know if it's necessary, because like this deck has so much card draw built into it and so much like boomeranging and like trigger draw off of the opponent's turn where we click to draw. Or actually, we can't actually clicklessly draw in this. Oh, we can with Sports Opera. I don't think it's necessary. Why isn't the Charm Appall up? It should be. And I think we talked about that when we last played that we put in a political operative specifically for that. I'm not actually sure if this had a political operative. No, it didn't. And I think that's a change that we made. I'm not sure whether we took out what we took out. What did we take out for that? Docklands Pass, Boomerang, Flip Switch. There's 28 hardware, so we're playing fewer hardware. I think we took out a security chip. Yeah, wild. This is my fake-Geist if you want to look. Yeah, thanks, Jazz. It's probably similar. I like the event package. It's nice. Oh, Mad Dash. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because you're playing all the cameras. Oh, we're not playing cameras. We're not playing cameras. Interesting. I think the Mad Dash makes a lot of sense with cameras. Maybe you can just play it. Doesn't need Reaver. Yeah, there's a chance that not needing Reaver is a real thing. This deck doesn't have like strong multi-axis. It's all just like the spy camera value. We don't have like a R&D pressure card. Oh, excuse me. Where was this? It's here. This seems cool too. Miss Bones I kind of miss. Yeah, Miss Bones chanceling. I think you're right. Might be correct. I'd be okay with a Miss Bones. I'm actually okay with 2 Lucky Charms. If you can find 2 Influence, also like if you want a trash can, you can play easily Light the Fire, and you actually can recur Light the Fire. And brain damage is not that big a deal in this sort of deck that like is very it's very fluid with its cards once you get your engine set up. So there's a chance that like maybe like dropping a Reaver, playing a Light the Fire, and then having more influence for like maybe a single turning wheel or something cute. Like that might be fine. But for now, we'll do this and we'll just play like a Miss Bones. She is a connection, so you install her for 1 cheaper as well, which is cute. So I think there's a lot. I'm just like at 11 o'clock. I don't know if we can like really reinvent the arm. So we'll start here at least. But I'm actually really excited to play more as. It's just a shame we lose Tech Trader really soon, right? Like it's sad when you lose and it's good that you lose cards, but like when you lose a card that is like so deck defining. Or like archetype defining. Hey, Gwen. All right. Opening hand. Have a masterwork. Have a prognostic. This deck is actually like very slow with early economy. Like this deck doesn't have gambles in it. And maybe you would argue that just adding gambles makes your early game a bit better. Because I'm not very good at hitting the prognostic Q loop button until we're set up. But having an early masterwork is kind of what you want. Having prognostic is like very good, but not necessary term. I think we're gonna mulligan, but the masterwork is like I think the happiest card you are in your opening hand, besides a Tech Trader. I'm gonna mulligan for that though. Not punished. That's actually a fair bit better. This card, I do love to see it. You just start smashing into things. You can make disgusting money with writers, bankrolls, simul-chip traders. You can. You just need to be set up, right? Like you need the cash in hand to be able to like prog every turn. This is about to be Sokka's FA deck. I'm pretty sure Gwen was playing last time on a very fast deck like this, so we're not very well equipped for this. Mind you, this is also again like you could trash the Reaver and play a single Clot and then maybe a Light the Fire, and that helps you, just like we saw Worlds back in the day with Geist, like opens up your matchups. Like that's really cool. And we have 3 simul chips, right? Like it's pretty good, easy to play Clot in this matchup. All right, we're gonna just set the heck up again. This is not a job or connection, so this doesn't eat our triggered ability, but this will install for 1 credit and draw a card, which is sick. Now the problem is that we're going to install more cards and like just get our value over time. So like here we probably draw once and install the spy camera, unfortunately, and then next turn we install the flip switch for free, or if we really need to be aggressive, the sports operator. Oh, I said we're draw first. Don't worry about that. It's fine. Trick of Light, yeah, I think also Dedication likely. Dedication, Rococo. Yeah, Trick of Light. Obviously, you have an Audacity, 1 or 2. We'll see what she's up to. A Hostile here would actually be okay, because we can start prognosticating with this bad publicity if we really want to run. All right, so this, if you have prognostic to install a hardware you draw on the opponent's turn, which is sick. We don't have that right now. Second Tactical Trader, again, is good, but if this is a fast matchup, it's not going to be well positioned against the aggression, or sorry, the greed that our deck kind of embodies. Oh, we have a Revolver, though. This is yucky. I think we might want to face check, but with 13 credits, I think there's a lot that should be okay resing. Like, even if it's a Whoredom, we probably wouldn't flip switch it. Please don't. Oh, okay. Trashing Abigail to break a booth, mouse, etc. Simul chip back from our profit. I hope so, yeah. I think we're going to get set up there. The Revolver, like, at this point, it's like really Archer. I don't think there's that many other sentries unless like Welsh is also playing Trebuchet, which we get through Trebuchet for 3 with bad publicity. That's good. And only a third of our mag dump. I'm so excited to see an ice where you actually mag dump this. Like you run into the old Kamai news. Or I guess you could mag dump what's it called? Brainstorm. You throw 6 and then you chuck the gun at it. I don't think you can mag dump a Revolver. Might this deck run Colossus? It's unlikely. I don't think a lot of like fast advanced decks want to spend 6 for a trash program subroutine. It just doesn't line up, but maybe that's just me. Yeah, it's too expensive. It doesn't really line up with your game plan. All right, if we crack this, like this is the problem, is if we crack this, like the best thing we could draw off of it, we're going to draw 4 cards, is Tech Trader. Shit. Right, like now we really have to pop a Tech Writer. We can install 3 cards. We probably install the cheap ones. We've already used our discount. Yeah, we're going to play a bit of Solitaire here. And it's always like, how fun can you load this before you're out of the game because you did nothing? We can consider running the Spin Doctor. I think she'll let us trash it though, which is not great. Miss Bones, we've already used a discount to install it. I think we just install a Q. And the back, I don't think we're going to need this matchup. It's way too fast for this to be necessary. It's like, do you click a credit or do you take Tech Writer for 6? I think we click for a credit. It's weird how that is. Actually, we probably draw. We should have done that first. This actually matters because then they can't Rococo. We want to get this on the table if we can. So I'll throw out the back and I think I'll throw... Miss Bones is actually not unreasonable. The issue is that Miss Bones, like, we're very unlikely to hit dedication ceremonies that are installed. We're very likely to hit them in centrals. So I think we can throw out the Miss Bones. I feel like all the other cards are a bit better. Kind of want to play Takobi Revolver deck and call it Bayonet. That's cool. You get a Revolver with a Bayonet. There's probably someone who'll build that. Yeah, it's like those like Halo guns. The sharp looking Revolver. Oh, now our Miss Bones looks good. We haven't drawn a Boomerang yet. This is really awkward that we're exactly at this credit level. Oh man, now they're gonna make us trash the dedication or ceremony. Cause like Sword Gun is fine name. Like we have to click for credit to install this to crack the tech. Nah, I think we're just gonna hit this. This is a shame. Oh shit, I didn't want to pop that. I forgot that we drew a Boomerang. That's exactly what we needed. That's really embarrassing because we would have Boomerang ran this. Well, what can you do? That's really unfortunate. All right, so if Welsh scores like Atlas with counters on it, we're in a really bad spot. Again, we don't have Clot, but you can tech that into this matchup. I don't think here is going to be a problem. Whoa! Oh, their whole hand. I guess maybe that's a good reason why. That's a surprise. Okay, that's fine for us. So now we run the Spin Doctor. Interestingly enough, here, like with 16 credits is not amazing. But like I don't think we can get into HQ, but like if we ran HQ and then we install a Polop and trash the Spin Doctor before she can react, we actually could Mad Dash Archives. Don't forget we can clickless install the Rangs. Don't worry, I will forget. Oh yeah, we could consider it there. Man, clickless installing the Boomerang there would be good. So good, in fact. What are we thinking? Shit. Oh, it's so bad. I forgot about this trigger. Yeah, we could have ran that so easy. Single ice, like, okay, whatever. The problem is we can get through 2 ice really easily. We can look at the top of the deck. It doesn't draw us a card. It gets us a credit. Atlas. Consider me interested. Now, if that's a Crisium, it actually eats our boomerang, but I don't think there'd be any other like upgrade there that we're that worried about. So for 1 credit, we can install so we actually pay 2. Yeah, we'll do it. So we'll do Masterwork first. I forgot how trigger intensive this was. Boomerang on this. I'll lock the top 2 cards of stack. We have an Abigail in hand. It's a bankroll into a bankroll. Okay, so we know we can prognostic that relatively cheaply. It's a mouseless. So we're going to break that. Oh, encounter, sorry. We're going to break that. We're going to trash the tag. And actually the tag's not bad because we can flip switch the tag. That might have been incorrect, but 12 to 13 credits doesn't change much about what they can do, so I don't mind. So we'll give them the credit. Accidentally shuffling the stack was a problem last time you played. Yes, yeah, and it will be now. We could hear like cue coherence for what's it called, and I think we do. Wait, sorry, we do this. It's an Atlas on top. It's a Prisec. What? Hitting the Revolver. Okay, so we can't afford to trash this. So that's a surprise. That means that they have a kill package attached to them. Luckily, they threw out all their cards. Now we can clear the tag with a flip switch, and I think we might consider it here because it's like a 3 credit swing instead. It's unfortunate we can't trash the Prisec, but we got an Atlas, which is really strong. I think we run the Spin Doctor here. They could have shuffled with the Spin Doctor, actually. That play was really bad. I forgot they could shuffle with the Spin Doctor. We did all of that suboptimally because they could have seen it and shuffled. I installed a piece of hardware? No, thanks. I guess. Yeah, she's waiting to trigger this. Okay. We have a lot of money here. They would have to top deck a hard hitting news. We don't know what they're going to top deck. We could technically check. Whew. We need to keep going through our deck. Okay, we've got our cheap install this turn, he asks. Yeah, we did our boomerang, but we want to install that next turn. The issue is whether we install this now or click for credit. Clicking for credit again when you have 7 on this feels silly, or technically 8 on this. Click for credit though. Hasn't stopped me before. Cool thing now is once we see up the top, we can mad dash R&D, and hopefully we win off 3 agendas instead of like 4. Subsidy, big money. We could have prognosticated actually that turn. We could have because we know the top card. Oh no, we shuffled with boomerang. Ignore me. Off-world office. Whoa. That's wild. Okay. Let's go. We bad pub-ups, so the prognostic is good. We'll do prognostic first. Oh, technically it draws, so we'll do masterwork first. Man, this deck is fun. Boomerang. Because it draws, so then it will goof the order. So it's a prognostic, which we can't... we could install, but we don't want it, into a fermenter. And then we can trash the Prisec. So we're going to be on game point. So she'll get a credit here. Yeah, we shuffled. Yeah, so no bankroll on top. I got to remember that. So we're going to shuffle here, but it's not that we want to use it. Did she get the credit? Oh, you can get the credit. Nice. So we're going to hit the top of the deck. Office will trash 3 for the Prisec. They spent 4 for this Prisec, but it's been pretty good. We want to keep that card. Yeah. Okay. So we want to remove the tag. Again, they could have punishment in hand. This is 3 credits clicklessly. This is 8 credits. It's nice, but this is not clicklessly. So we can draw once. Oh, we haven't installed the hardware, so we drew this. So we could install this, hit this. Funny enough, like we could die to a single punitive. Actually, no, we can't. We can install this, hit this, clear the tag. That's probably fine. Okay. So we still have 2 boomerangs in our deck. We're on technically game point. Cameras, we still have the full suite. The top ability of this, like I haven't seen a lot of people use. Imagine not using Masterwork to handle all your installs. Oh my god, with bad pub, it's whenever a run begins? Yeah, we should have ran archives. You're totally right. Imagine. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay. Seamless. That's cool. But that works with what? Velicibrisk or bust? We would love to get this hit by damage because then we actually can install it with simulchip. Yeah, like we could run archives, install this. I'm gonna do it just because we have a bad publicity, right? Masterwork. Okay, into bankroll. Not great. Breach server. So we can see all of HQ we want. Again, we have bad publicity. Is this an Argus crackdown? Whoa, this is an interesting list. So they are trying to hurt us. I wonder if they're trying to punitive off 2-pointers. We are really good at drawing clicklessly though, especially if we keep a sports opera on the table, but I think we've gone through all 3 of them. Again, we don't have a back, but again, we're technically on game point. Flip switch is quite nice. Keep drawing. Do we draw or do we install? We draw. Okay. Yeah, because installing, we would have got a credit off the bankroll. Like it's always right to run to get a credit off this and install clicklessly. It's by far the correct thing to do. 18 credits. We have a flip switch, so we can consider just running. We also can consider running server 3 to force them to do something. I think we're gonna install this for free. Okay. So at this point, we want to actually discard this. I think we run HQ here. We're obviously not threatening anything, but there's a chance that we'll see a boomerang off the top. It's a 3 in 19 chance, so like a 1 in 6. I'm not that worried. Like, we can bounce off a lot of things. We'll do prognostic first. Flip switch to revolver. So, okay, hold on. So we're thinking. So that means that if we install the simulchip from hand or the bankroll from hand, it has to be hardware? Yeah, it has to be the hardware. So it has to be the simulchip. Oh, that means that we'll have a revolver on the top. Oh no, because we already installed it because we draw. Shit. There's a flip switch on top, which is fine. We can always panic that out if we need to. If we want to go through somehow 1 ice and the second one's like really scary. It's an Afshar. We can't really deal with that. We have the Abigail in hand. It's just, it's 3 credits to break once we get this on the table. So I don't think we're going to cheat through this somehow. No, we'll let that fire. We could technically flip switch here and actually make money instead of losing money. I think we just draw so we can discard this. How fun is this list? Oh, it's so fun. I'd rather play this in person though. Like I feel like when I see physically where cards are, I'd be a lot better at like managing the shuffles and everything. Because like JNet shuffles for you. You don't have to do it yourself. And if you do it yourself, you remember, oh, I've shuffled. It's not where it is anymore. On JNet, it's a bit more difficult. But maybe that's because I don't play with sound. I don't know. Fast events out here. I miss all the triggers. I know. It's a good way to learn though. Okay. Decklist's pass in hand. Card and remote server. Haven't seen Rococo yet. Haven't seen dedication. All we've seen is a seamless. Abigail in the bin. We could pop our bankroll, install our Abigail. We have a revolver in hand. I never liked Cam's Haley, but I don't think I liked Shaper a lot. Geist. Huge deal. I played Geist at Worlds. I love Geist. I just don't think there's that many sentries. Like if they res an archer, it's fine for us. I think we run server 3. I'm worried there's more traps. Going HQ is like quite nice. But then we still have to deal with this. I'll run server 3. 15 credits though, like it's not a big deal that they're that she's resing ice. We'll do masterwork. We'll do prognostic first. Boomerang off the top. Shit. So if we install this, we will draw. So we're gonna keep the boomerang on top. It's a Brawn. Whoa, cool. Okay. So we could boomerang 2 end the runs and click through something here. That's actually a lot more than we spent. Or we could consider just flip switching here. Interesting. Why is price here? I don't know. It seems to do with like the Argus crackdown. Like there's actually a lethality here. It's not, I'm not entirely sure though. And she has just jammed agendas and remotes before because we've seen seamless launch. Like I wouldn't be totally surprised if this was an agenda. So I think we can just boomerang here. Again, bad publicity this deck uses so well. And then we could click through that. I think we'll do that because then we can flip switch the last one if we need to. Boomerang, the trigger order doesn't matter. And now we're drawing the SMC. We'll break 2. We'll click that and continue. So we use 7 credits. We still have a flip switch. We can crack credits here. We can simulchip. We can deal with code gates. Got him. Called out Solomir. All right, it's an Aket. Honestly, I don't know if we can deal with that. I do not think we can deal with that. That is good enough. Elusive Stargate? We don't have a Stargate in this list. Giles, sorry, this is not your list. This is the other one still. We don't have a Stargate in this one. So we have no way of dealing with that, right? Like, we've exhausted all our options. We have nothing in the heap that will deal with it. We can't install anything from hand. Why are these colored in? This is when to run. Okay, so it looks like that's going to fire. I think we're going to let the... Actually, getting the advancement here is pretty bad. We might want to flip switch this, because if they get an advancement on an Atlas, like, it's a really big deal. Yeah, I think you flip it. I think you're right. We do flip this. It gains us a credit. Yeah, we don't want to let that fire, because you can put advancement. It doesn't have to be on ice, which is something I forget consistently. I think we could consider running HQ. We might want to get this flip switch down first. Issue is also we lost the boomerang, but I think that's going to happen no matter what. We lost the back. 15 cards left. The card draw on this deck is good. I don't think we need the Reaver by any means. Huh. I think we might want to consider pivoting to HQ to get down this friend here, but I'm worried that we'll have to play the flip switch. We've only seen one Aket so far. Maybe we just run HQ here. We crack this for 4, install our breaker. Nah, I'm going to just do it. Install hardware? Oh, never mind. Sick. Forgot about that. They're so similar, great minds. Yeah. Okay. Silent ship. No! Whoops. Don't do that. Use it first. It's a bit better. So this installs, gaining us, well, it's for free. We could bypass it, but I think we're fine. Breaking the end of the run. Then we can continue in. This means we can deal with snare, we can deal with tags, we can deal with any ice that's too scary. Right now, we can't break barriers. If it's in a cat, it's like actually pretty annoying. Oh, that's fine. It's expensive. It's a 6-card run, 5 with bad publicity. 2 cards here, seamless launch, no surprise, sandbox. Nice steal. We'll take it. Good game. What was in the remote? Thanks. Hey, you too. Another side bags. Ooh. Nice. What's the fractor in this deck? We're not actually playing paperclip, are we? Oh, just Mockler. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it kind of is how it goes. So we just needed to draw into that. Obviously, we had Boomerang Recursion pretty good. Not too bad. Revolvers didn't matter in this matchup. I don't even know if there's any sentries on the list. 5 points, I'll be happy. Yeah, you almost did for sure. Do you have a cool kill package in there? Check on the gun that chatters. Act 1, the revolver hits the bin. Act 2. Ah, interesting. Interesting, just boring. Okay, well you have Pricek and Argus lockdown and stuff. Ain't straight boring. All right, we can do one more of this. I just hope it doesn't go too long. It's already like 11:20, and sometimes like you play these sort of like if we like we need to like not queue into Acme. That's the issue. Or like game that, heaven forbid. Heaven forbid. It's like really hard at 11:20 to figure out what to do. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? You think we can do a fast one? I think we can consider speed running. I don't mind watching more Netrunner. It's noon here. Yo, enjoy your Friday. It's Friday tomorrow. Argus is because they had a card slot. And I thought it'd be funny to see trick people into thinking Angio's agenda. That's hard though, because it's like it's hard to install advance and obviously play the lockdown. It's fun though. This is really interesting though, because when you play it, a lot of times people will run. I'm a game name player looking to get into Acme as my first standard identity. Oh, Lonva, why you don't want to play? Firstly, how's it going? I don't mean to discriminate against game net or Acme players. I don't know if you're kidding, but you can play game net in standard. Yeah, I guess you don't have a gold farmer, but I think Acme is like a really good transition for that style of play. It's just like 11-23 style of play. Sure. Hey, cheers. Next game. Cool. Okay. I will try. We'll hope for the best. We'll really hope for the best here. We're running, yeah. All right, Wenagon knows. Okay, that's cool. We can do that. All right, this might be more aggressive in fast events. Again, we considered taking the Reaver out, and I think that might be the right play. Opening hand, not good. I don't think we want the Revolver early. Macula early, it's just absolutely unaffordable. We have the Spy Camera and the Mad Dash, which is obviously an okay combo, but we're gonna mulligan that. Clip for Reaver. I think I would do more than that. Like I think I would actually consider what's it called? Light the fire and maybe Claude, but I don't know how much of the agendas of the meta's fast events. So much built to last right now. We've seen so much built to last over the last couple days, but like I think it kind of makes sense, right? Like you have a Wayland agenda, you have an advanceable card. People don't play it a lot. So hot right now. Let us get our economy going. Let's get our economy going. Going to get hard hitting news on turn 1. Do we click for credit? Yeah, it's better than running. We don't risk hard hitting news, and then we don't have to crack this deck in our economy, which would be bad. But like, our first couple turns are really gross. I didn't even think Sure Gamble in this deck is probably fine. Or something that's like economy and draw, like a Deuce's Wild for influence would maybe be fine. Like it's obviously not amazing in the late game for tag removal. I don't even know. Free draw. We boomerang run that. Under the corp cards, Azev and Vlad are the most interesting. I think Vlad is by far the most interesting, just because like every faction could like very easily think of a use case for it that is like very unique. And scoring fast advancing 4/2s, like that's kind of wild. So if we install this, it's actually 2 credits because we used our ability. So we could trash some things, but not a lot of things. I don't know. Like, is Wenagon wild enough to score behind a single ice against a criminal? Who like is the criminal to specifically run 3 boomerangs? Tune in right now to find out. Oh, right. Wait. Hold on. So we clicked for a credit. Instead, we could have played it and paid for a credit. Yeah, fine. Don't. No. Revolver. Tech Trader. One of those I like. Don't forget the clicklist ranks, but they're not clicklist. So they actually cost us a credit. So sort of pseudo clicklist. Yeah. Yep. The thing is, like, we need the credits. Like, I want 3 credits to be able to trash here if we hit like a regolith or something. So I don't think we could afford it. It's a border control. So this at least forces the issue. Like if they pop it, it's fine. At least we don't shuffle our deck and we get to a tech trader relatively soon. I don't think they will pop it. Yeah, right? Like at least we get a successful run here. So we get our bankroll. But like having credits to trash this is good. By trash this, I mean, we're not going to afford to trash that. There goes a tech trader. I do not understand how it's 4, but light the fires too. Vladisibirsk? It is very restrictive. Well, it's incredibly powerful. Like Light the Fire is like interesting and a bit more nuanced, and like in theory is like good that it's like a pressure valve, a release valve that the game has. But like Vladisibirsk is like I can fast advance 4/2s. Like that has to be high influence. Like there's no way around it. You know what I mean? Guess we'll install this to draw. Okay. Still don't have economy. Still don't have economy. No tech trader, no tech writer. Nightmare. Draw for 1. Nightmare. Still nightmare. I think FA any cards are 3 or more, so it could have been 3, I guess. I think it's fine at 4. Yeah, I think it's fine. Like I get it. It's expensive. Please give us our bad publicity. Oh, I didn't realize they were set up for that. At least we have no resources. They trashed their spin doctor. Nice. So that's like 2 damage and cost them 2 cards, I guess. But that doesn't feel amazing. Draw. I was like, I'd be much more happy if that was above the law, but it's not. So we lost a boomerang. We just have no. Okay. We're getting somewhere. All right. And like it's a cool card because it's not only like advanced for 4, but like it baits or fast events of 4 too. But it also baits a run on a remote server, right? Like obviously if they run it, you don't have it, but in some ways that's good, you know? Maybe I'm just hurt from trying to squeeze into existing decks. Yo, I feel you. Like we were pretty quick to be like, oh, we'll play that and you know, the other thing. I'm gonna install this. We don't save a credit off of it. If we had a boomerang in hand, I'd actually peak. But these are not worth popping until we have these. We've already used our install a turn. Okay, we'll install one, then we'll install this one, then we'll start looking. All right, these are like the awkward first 4 turns where you do nothing besides like maybe potentially boomerang it inappropriately. I think we lost actually 2 of the better cards from our hand when we got hit by the meat damage. I think we had these 3, and I'd much rather lose the Mockler so we can simul chip it. I'd much rather lose the obviously I think we drew this later, but I think we got a bit unlucky there. Maybe we didn't have 5 cards in hand. Actually, maybe that was not that unlikely. Like this is difficult. Like border control is difficult. Maybe that's why we have or we classically had so many copies of a Spin Doctrine top, so many copies of Lucky Charm. Because like it's hard for us to deal with this. I kind of suspect you could get away with Marjan instead of Mockler in your deck. I kind of suspect it too. Maybe it's a bit more expensive. The cool thing is that like we simul chip this in, and like then it's not 5 credits, right? If they scored an agenda here, it's a nightmare. But like I don't know how we can deal with this. 2 Direct Traders early. I think it's too late. Like they're gonna score an Atlas with 2 counters. Like I think it's much too late. Heck, they could like unless we get a Sports Opera on the table, we could, in theory, no, we're very unlikely to die to Neurospike. Like we have to border control, and then get through the border control, and then get through it again. Like it's so bad here, unfortunately. We don't have a bad publicity yet. I think we'll draw once more. Okay. Let's see. Like maybe there's some trick here. 5. Yeah, you see, like this is a problem because now they pull an Atlas. So like we lose in 2 turns. Like they pull a hostile and then they pull an Atlas and hopefully have a fast advance piece by now. So yeah, I think it is a bit too late, unfortunately. We probably should be running to set up all this stuff. Above the law? Okay, that's good. In for a penny, in for a pound. Oh, they could shuffle. Hold on. Maybe we don't do this. They could shuffle. I forgot about that. Let's force the issue. Mad Dash, yeah, but they can pull with the Atlas token if they have their if they're on top of their triggers. Miss Bones, Technical Writer. Okay, those can't be interacted with, the prog, but we will shuffle. It's not cat. Boomerang. Break. Make money. Yeah, this is where you have Claude in the list. If we had Claude in the list, we'd have a game here, but we don't. And again, this is the second game where I think Reaver is just not going to matter. We do have an SMC too in this list, which like I think is a bit surprising as well. So here they can trigger the shuffle again. If the Mad Dash fails, we take a meat damage. It's not that big of a deal. But now if they pull an agenda to hand on 3 credits, like that's interesting. Because we could maybe lose this to meat damage and have access to 2 breakers. So this also could be a bluff. Like sometimes you just do this to force out the Atlas shuffle so that they're much less powerful. Like there's a chance of the right play. Yes, of course, yes. Just about every search. Yeah, so they're pulling an Audacity, which is largely what they have to pull because they don't want to pull an agenda to hand. But they shuffle the deck, so the top card's unknown. It's mouseless, okay. So we lost that, that's fine. Here we can run HQ. Install a piece of hard for 1. Okay. We just gotta get some axes. Even if we trash cards, like it makes it slightly harder to Audacity, but I think this part is too hard. Shit. Like we just need to go for accesses. We know the top of R&D. Oh, we can't trash that. That's a bummer. 1 credit short. There's no window here. If we were like really smart, we could have considered using our bankroll before we accessed. It would cost us a credit, but so we could consider trashing reconstruction contract. I think with the audacity, it might not matter. Like there needs to be an agenda in hand as well. Because we know there's a mouseless on top. We know that there's 2 of the cards. Oh, okay. Now we lose. But that was in hand. Shit, we missed that. Okay, so they can pull for the Atlas, so we somehow need to win. Reconstruction contract on the top. We cannot get through the Arquette. Oh man, our kingdom for a clot. Oh no, we have a Mockler. We could get through the clot. We can get through this. We could get through this. We know on the top. I wonder if they'll shuffle. The thing is, like, they really don't have to shuffle because we so we know a mouseless, we knew a reconstruction contract, we know an audacity. So there's only 2 cards in hand we don't know. So the only way that we could possibly win, considering we have no multi-axes, is like force to shuffle off of R&D. So we will. Sports Hopper. Actually, that's worth doing. That actually lines up pretty well. They didn't? Okay, well, we can trash that. Deeper we can go. We have 7 credits. Again, we have to somehow get, like, we can't win at this point because all their agendas are with 2 points and we have no multi-axes and we've lost our Mendesh. So we literally do not have enough clicks to win. So we can actually run this a fair few times. I don't even think there's anything we can draw into, right? There's nothing we can draw into. Here's where like you'd be drawing into a clot very aggressively, but there's nothing we can draw into. Like the best chance we have is to get 3 axes and get to 6 points. Or in theory, we could steal 2 Atlases, but then Azev would still win. Like Azev doesn't matter when they're 5 points. So yeah, no, we literally cannot win here. Yeah, okay. GG. Yeah, gotta play clot. You have no chance if you don't play clot. I wouldn't say no chance, but you have next to no chance. I'll just run HQ. Got that wish for a short game though. Yeah, I know, right? Right, I forgot about that. That's fine. I'll just go HQ one more time. So we know Rikoko, we know Mouseless, we know Audacity. Okay, good game. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. Like we need to steal 4 agendas. There's no 3-pointers in the list. No, yeah, there's no, because if anything, there's a food. They'll pull out an Azev. All right, so what have we seen? Revolver useless. Never installed it. We put 2 in our deck and they've been bad draws. Good game. But like this is the sort of matchup specifically like where you pop this, you hit the clot. Once you have the clot, like they're in a really bad spot. Throw the gun at them. We literally couldn't. Like we didn't see any sentries in the last 2 games that we've been trying to show off Revolver. I don't even know what to do for the art of this. Like I can't show a Revolver in the art of this thumbnail. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Much obliged. Next game. Yeah. So like you just dig for clot and then you hold a simul chip on the table. So I'm thinking the Reaver's pretty too greedy. I would definitely replace this for like a clot and then like tech of choice. Maybe you just want a singleton of what Stargate's 3 influence, right? Gun safety. Maybe you want a turning wheel. I think that could be reasonable. I actually don't know how often you run for like singles off centrals. Like I don't think you run centrals that often. That maybe turning wheel doesn't make sense. But maybe just sure gambles, anything to iron it out. Maybe just 2 deuces wild is enough. But like you saw how our early game is really rough. Maybe deuces wild is exactly what we need. Like a modicum of credits, a modicum of card draw to ensure that you draw into something. There's nowhere hostage, so you can't tutor out tech trader. So like it's you're kind of really draw dependent to a large extent unless you want to click for credits and draw cards for the first couple turns. But that's like the pain with this deck. It's like that was the difference by a mile that you saw in Geist, is that Geist with a built-in card draw is a much better ability than Az. Because on turn 1, you'll be fine sometimes. It's just like installing a spy camera to see the top and draw a card. Just because that built-in card draw ensured that you got through your deck and set up. And now so much of that ability is tied to a singleton 4 influence card. That like, yeah, I guess the SMC we probably cut too. It's a trash can, maybe even not. So like, yeah, if you get the Reaver, you are Geist once per turn. So then you have to make sure to pop things on the corpse turn, but that's not too hard. It's not the gun that does work. It's knowing that they have. God. Oh, it's in their heat. Be careful. That's why Reaver's in there. Yeah, no, totally, I get it. But like, you gotta draw this or SMC, and then pay what? How much is it to install? Only 2? Imagine it's cheap. Yeah, yeah. SMC for Reaver. Yeah, so you got 2 shots at it. Maybe that's good enough. Maybe we've just got like 2 unlucky games in a row. I wonder if we did also botch the boomerang early game, but like there weren't many instances where boomerang the remote was correct, especially once they get a border control. It's really hard. Yeah. Man, yeah, there's no Damara. Damara would have been sick in this list. I totally forgot about that. That's fine. Anywho, it's 11:48. Or sorry, 38. Close enough. I guess I have to make my face like exactly this small just so that the YouTube like end of reel thing doesn't get cut off by the sick Metropole Grid logo that goes somewhere here in the middle, right here. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back in a week. It is, are we at a new month next? Yeah, maybe give or take 24 plus 7. No. Is there 31 days? Maybe Pat will be here. I have no promises. Maybe. Otherwise, we'll be back in a week. We still got to test out some of the new cards for sure. We haven't really played Start the Fire in any meaningful way, or Light the Fire, whatever it is. We haven't, I don't think we've done Vladislavsk Justice. If you have any deck ideas, obviously, you can hit me up in chat or in the comments below. On top of that, we have not played Deep Dive. All the Deep Dive decks are the same. We will have to do it at some point. But we're going to play Apocalypse too, because there's no way we're just playing one. Giles says Reaver / SMC is not worth the influence. I don't think it is. Like, it was the same thing where people like played DJ Fenris and like DJ Fenris for Haley. Like, I get it. But the thing is, I feel like a lot of times you're accentuating the power of the deck itself. And the problem with this deck a lot of times is not getting up to speed. Like, in your early hand, you couldn't pay 3 credits for DJ Haley. Like, you couldn't afford it. So a lot of times you just threw it out, right? And it's only 1 influence to include, but you know what I mean? Can Deep Dive with Swift? There's just like no way that Deep Dive is the right thing to do unless you have like 5 out of the ashes, you know? You've tested so many iterations. I need to get back to your iteration, Giles, at some point. I definitely do. I think I still have it open. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try this out for sure. Paperclip's cool too. Paperclip's only 3 influence. I always forget this. Yeah, I like the deuces. Bravado's also just like a heck of a good card. And like this is the exact kind of card that we would love in our early hand when we like boomerang a remote server and be like, no matter what, it'll be okay for us. And I like that a fair bit. Yeah, Stargate's good. You do not play the cameras though. So I guess you have Mad Dash for Stargate, but I like the cameras a heck of a lot. Maybe they're just not worth it anyways. I need to play more of this. This is a really fun deck. Especially before it rotates. Oh, in Startup. Oh, okay, in Startup. Yeah, cool. That's actually a good thing. Vlad, seamless nonsense, please. Yeah, we'll play more Vlad for sure. Anyway, I think that's it. Huge shout outs to everyone who's been watching, everyone hanging out in chat, everyone we played games against, and everyone who's watching the VOD. Hopefully you're doing well. It is becoming spring. It's technically officially spring. Hopefully things get warmer in your part, unless you don't want them to be. Then whatever you want, really. You're kind of in control here. We'll see you next week. Ciao.